Okay. We're live, pal. We're live, pal. Let's see if the microphone's working. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's hope it does. Please. Okay. It looks like it is. We're live, pal. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Deckerlink, the trained unprofessional, and all that is dank is already here. This is the charity live stream extra life game day 24-hour. Holy shit. That's what we're here for. And, oh, children. Wow. Nazy. That's nice. We're here today to try to raise some money for KU Med Center through Extra Life, the charity. The donation link is in the description. It's the first link in the description. The Toons is here. Richie's here. Edgy Meme Teen trying to catch Lugia in Pokemon. And should I watch this to try to catch Lugia? That would help, I imagine. John Ponder, Chocolate Wet Kitty, Smoltz the Wolf. It's 5 a.m. in the UK. Ugh. Hey guys. We are live doing a charity live stream for Extra Life's game day. And the way I figured we would do this is if I do play a game for a... Thank you. Oh, it's midnight for your Mr. Bad Fox. And thank you, Richie, for saying you like it. And for liking the hat. I like it too. It's a lot easier. So I could be like, what? My hair! I have actual hair that moves and breathes! And then I could be like, oh, it's gone again. Yay. Oh, man. So, the way I figured we were going to do this is if I play a game that's part of an actual series we're doing, then Nebula Fox, then I'll start the live stream and have it be its own thing. If you notice in the title, it has the echo stuff already, and if I switch over here to this camera, oh fancy, it's already set up for Alpha Wolf Gamer says it's 1 a.m. there. It's set up for an episode of Echo. And it's going to be in, can you add me in the Discord voice chat? I don't know how to do that, Shark YT, but we're not doing anything that would require it yet, so I'm just going to leave that be. But in the meantime, we're not quite there to Echo yet, so just be forewarned. I own 2 different cameras. There will be an episode of Echo, kind of like what we did on Halloween. Just whenever we get to the point where I want to switch games, I'll stop the live stream and then start it up again with the new stuff. Probably take a couple minute break in between the games so I can get up and stretch and move around and do that kind of thing. Maybe use the bathroom. I don't know. So the only 2 games that there's the slight caveat to that is, oh yeah, Bat Orange is in there. Just in case we should, I should have done this on the last, oh shit. I should have done this on the Halloween one. Ooh, 6 a.m. in Paris. Nice. Edgy Meme Team, I don't know what you're saying. It looks like a question in Japanese, but I don't know. But just in case we come across anything NSFW, I'll just be like, whomp! But I'll keep them over here in the meantime, just in case. Don't translate that? Alright. Now what's up? Alright. By the way, in the Discord chat... Oh, Jesus. Well, we're not just going to be playing Echo. We're going to be playing extracurricular activities. We're going to be playing some games that aren't in series. So, hopefully I'll be able to quick draw that shit and be like, oh shit, and then there'll only be like maybe a half second or a couple seconds of maybe some exposure, but whatever. Jesus. Plucking eyelashes is not weird. Not weird at all. But yeah, in the Discord chat, which the link for that is in the description, Blackgate, maybe we could play some Blackgate too. Won't be playing Repeat, unfortunately, because the fucking game has not been updated yet. So I can't play Repeat. But so we'll be playing a variety of shit. Sure, just not yet. But in the Discord chat, there is a questions and answers thing. So if you want to be a part of the Q&A bits that will break up the games, then feel free to do that. Get on the Discord server and ask some questions. That'll be something that we do in between stuff. So the first thing we're going to be doing, impersonations. I can try, but I'm not an impressionist, so that won't be that great. And Bree's here. Come say hi, Bree. Hi. Come say hi. You got the strawberry fruit bat shirt. Come. I'm coming. You're in this camera. There's Bree, and she's got the strawberry fruit bat shirt. Yay! Stop! Why? Why?
Because you made me do things.
Oh, Jesus.
Chicken count now. Do the impressions.
I'm doing an impression of a dying man. God damn. I'm a good voice actor, though. Well, thank you, Soros Yen! A PvP game. Maybe we could do that. We could also stage a raid on a free online game. That'd be cool. Awesome at repeat voices. Well, thank you. People like your shirt.
I like it too.
Yay! It was supposed to be mine.
The character.
Yeah, it was supposed to be my shirt, and then she fucking took it. Do an Owen voice? I believe he just sounded like this. It's not all that special. Reveal, Decker has a ticklish neck. Yeah, I guess.
Put that in your fan fiction.
But yeah, there's questions and answers on the Discord server. Again, link in the description. So go join that and ask questions. And then we'll do those intermittently. But for now, I think last year we spent like 2 hours talking before we actually played a game. And then the live stream wound up being like 3 hours because my fucking phone died and my computer wouldn't work. Oh, the Spencer voice is a little bit deeper. It's a little down here. It's not quite to Coach Grifter levels, but it's down there. Samuel. Yeah, Samuel. I think Samuel just has the Coach Grifter voice, I believe. And Mrs. Corliss is a Julia Child impression. The Chicken Sisters.
Julia Child and Christopher Walken are my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I do the Christopher Walken stuff too much.
I feel like you don't do it enough, but also that's because I'm biased, because it's my favorite.
Alright, so I guess... Oh, you're not going to find any fanfictions that I made, buddy boy, because those things are gone. Delete! 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 They're gone! Oh, Jesus. So let's go to Echo now. Wow, that's just crazy shit. And let's Mrs. Dolores... Mr. Dolores. What was Mr. Dolores' voice? I don't even remember.
I think it was, how dare you talk to me like that, you son of a bitch!
Leon Lyman says hi. Hi. Is that what Mr. Dolores sounded like? I don't remember. I don't know how long I'm actually going to be able to... Oh, shit. God damn it. My phone has Bixby on it, and I don't... Stupid Bixby. She's not on Discord. Man, I'm trying to fucking talk. Shark, please. I'm trying to do the stream. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I really appreciate it. Dude, this guy, or person, I don't fucking know anything about you really. But Shark YT set up the Deckerlink Discord. I didn't ask them to do it. They just came to me and said, hey, you should have a Discord server, and I'll set it up. And they set up all these rooms, and this mods, and all of this stuff. They set up all this cool shit, and they're there all the time. And I can't be there all the time. I'm no good on social media. I'm, like, bad with keeping up on profiles. So, Shark YT, freaking lifesaver on the Discord server. So that's so shout out to Shark YT, and they're gonna be on when we do the question and answer stuff. I'll like have them on my phone and just put my phone like here, and we'll do a voice chat. They'll ask the questions and I can do that. So I've never actually spoken to them before, so that's gonna be interesting. But without further fucking ado, the last live stream we spent 12 minutes before we actually recorded, so let's just get on to this shit. Load game. Alright. I legit started, I was getting freaked out by stuff that we saw on the last live stream we did of this for Halloween. It was the picture of, yeah, clap for Sharky. Good job. It was the picture of Carl with the sheet over his head. Just the idea of that being next to your bed when you're sleeping is just fucking scary. Like, I don't... Come on. Where are you? I have come to give your fuzzy crown all thanks. Poker096 on the Discord chat. That's awesome. Alright. Where do you think your channel will go in the future, and how will it end? I have no idea where it'll go in the future. Hopefully it'll just keep being fun. And how it'll end when it stops being fun. Or when fucking YouTube decides to be 100% PG and they have to fucking... And they just start deleting my shit. Like, at that point... But, oh, come on. He's live streaming now. Yeah. He's live streaming now. Yeah, we know. Dreamosaur with the sass. You're such a sassy. Kaz forgot, apparently. Oh man, I gotta get off this Discord. You guys, it's addicting almost talking to you guys. It's just okay. I have a game that I have been thinking about and having just preoccupying my mind right in front of me, and then I'm like, oh hey, you guys are talking to me, yay! And then I'm such a fucking puss because I can't fucking... Hey, Richie's on the Discord. But because I can't... My brain doesn't work. I can't talk back. And even though I have a show called Talking Back. Oh, man. But anyway. Don't worry about getting on the Discord. I'm going to be here for as long as I can be. And then I'll go to sleep. And then I'll come back and do it until midnight and 24 fucking hours from now. So let's... YouTube Kids, right? Isn't that what fucking YouTube Kids is for? But no, apparently we're all gotta be good little boys and girls. We gotta be all good. Now you can have the funny fuzzy crown. Oh, my furry crown is way across the room. It's under the thermostat. Oh well, I still have it. I promise. Anyway, without further ado, let's actually do the goddamn game this time. Goddamn. Jesus. Okay. I wake up groggily, my head throbbing a bit from laying it on the stiff pillow. Like the last time I woke up, it takes me a while to realize where I am. Now you guys can see how fucking big my nose is because I'm looking like that. And just like last time, I get a sinking feeling in my stomach when I realize where that is. I lay on my side, staring at the wall in front of me, watching shadows dance along the log bumps. It's depressing, though not as much as last time. At some point, I guess I realized that there wasn't much I could do. Just go with it and hope something comes of it. At least there seemed to be a goal in the mind of whatever had control of this. Whatever it was. Suddenly, I feel an arm slide over my hip and I stiffen. Carl breathed into the back of my neck. Oh, hey, buddy. You okay? I feel the soft warmth of Carl's body pressed up against my back. It's been a long, long time since I felt someone spoon me. Didn't it happen, like, earlier? I don't know. Thinking about Leo, though, only makes my stomach knot up even more. Yeah. Carl picks up on it right away. His broad muzzle sneaks over my neck and soon he's pressing his cheek against mine. I can feel him hesitating as he does it, his moments kind of jerky and awkward. I almost laugh, but I have to remind myself that Carl probably hasn't done this before, at least not since high school. Definitely not with a guy, at least. You better not be that pocket that can't lay. I don't know what that means. A hand slides over my side close to my crotch. Buddy. He doesn't go lower, though, and keeps it pressed against my body. Hey, Trilogy 123, what's up? You not be that puppet that can't lay. I don't get it. It keeps pressed against my body. It feels nice having someone close to me like this. Even though I've given up on trying to understand the situation, I'm still scared about what's happening. I can feel Carl's heart beating hard against my back, and I wonder if he's thinking about the same things. That's when I feel his very hard dick pressing up against my ass. Oh, God! I almost laugh again. Here I am in a haunted ghost cabin, and my childhood friend is grinding up on me. Carl feels me tense and lifts his hand away from my stomach. Sorry, is this not... I roll over abruptly to face him. His green eyes immediately look away from mine, and I see red creeping underneath the thin fur of his ear. I decide to go with the same technique I used last night and slide up against his soft body before pressing my lips against his. That seems to break the ice, and he immediately responds, pressing his tongue against my lips before I open them to let it in. Hey, Bri. Carl's surprisingly good at tongue kissing, better than Leo was anyway. Oh, shit! It glides over my tongue before flicking against my teeth. I'm momentarily worried about how I haven't brushed at least for 2 days now, but Carl doesn't seem to mind.
Ew! Gross!
He hasn't either, after all. He wraps his hands around my back, sliding one under my body so that he can wrap me in a full embrace. The feeling of being enveloped in Carl's soft and strong warmth makes my heart skip a beat, and pretty soon, I'm just as hard as he is. Oh my. And prepare the fruit bat. He's ready. He's fucking just sitting there, ready. Oh, you were talking about Pinocchio. Okay. Now, my nose doesn't need to get any fucking bigger, that's for damn sure. While his hands toy with my tail... Oh yeah, God. I get to work running my own hands under his shirt, sliding them along his firm belly before pushing his shirt up. Well, we've already got a super chat donation from Leon Lyman of $2. Thank you very much. I think all the videos you do are funny. Thank you so much. And as is live stream tradition, let's cut away from the game. Boom. Back to the second camera. We gotta go into the box. We got a little box. And let's choose this one. Let's see what it is. It's for me. Sing what song's in your head. We built this city! We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. Yo, I saw that song on a list of like the worst songs ever or something.
Oh, fuck that.
And I was like, right? That's a great song. I don't remember any other part of it.
Same.
Yeah.
That's just about all I remember, and it's all I need to remember.
Yeah. for all night. And she
every day.
yeah.
What the fuck is my binder?
Your binder? Not in your school bag?
Not my school bag.
Okay, weird.
I need it for my papers. Oh god.
Can you close the door behind you when you go back? I'm not trying to.
You're not trying to what?
I'm not trying to make you go now, but when you do go. All right, that was. Hope I get rid of the ingrown toenail. I agree. Yeah, it's just gonna get fucking worse and worse if I don't do something about it. But where's the fucking money to do that? Nowhere. Noodle Decker. I don't know. Noodle. Let's get back to the game. While his hands toy with my tail, I get to work. Oh, they already said that. Damn it. Damn it, Bobby. Carl tenses and giggles. Mr. Bad Fox says, "What the fuck?" I bolt awake when Bree started singing. Oh, fuck, that tickles. I pause and smirk at him. I barely touched you. I give his stomach a light prod and he curls up a bit more, grabbing my wrist. Dude, I think I'm just not used to being touched. Like, Take on me is a good song, too. I'm gonna turn my phone upside down because I keep fucking seeing notifications and shit. I apply both hands this time, rolling them like spiders up his stomach and chest. Never gonna get... Dude, no! He twists and writhes under my hands, desperately trying to stifle his giggles before finally snatching at my hands by the wrists. I'm reminded how strong he is, and when he easily rolls me to my back, straddling my hips as he pins my hands above my head. You asshole. Carl's breathing heavily, letting out a little giggle every now and then. Sorry, I've just never seen someone get so... I pause as I hear some movement from downstairs, followed by what sounds like Raven's voice. Oh, shit. I'm reminded of our situation when I see some flakes of blood around Carl's nose and big splotches on his shirt. Oh, yeah, I guess we're being a little loud. Yeah, how's your nose? Carl automatically raises a hand to touch his nose. Hurts a little bit, but I'm okay. The lonely hyped excess. Shit everywhere. No kidding. That's what it feels like my fucking house is. That's good. I lay there in silence for a few seconds, feeling like the moment is kind of ruined. I look again at the walls, remembering that we should be looking for something instead of messing around like this. What you looking at? Not sure. Hey, we should be finding something, right? My crotch is starting to get a little uncomfortable under the weight of Carl's body. I mean, didn't that ghost ancestor, whatever, tell you we needed to find stuff? Carl rubs his nose. Yeah, in the last place we were in, at least. I guess it would be the same for this place, right? Unless it was what we already burned up. Yeah. Carl sits there quietly, thinking. I think I might try to look downstairs. Do you want to stay up here and look around? Yeah. I want to get those other two start looking, too. The threat of Jenna hangs heavy in the air, and the way we are both obviously avoiding it makes it all the heavier. What about your ankle? I flex it around. The twinge a lot less sharp now, though the stiffness feels even worse. I think I'm okay. Let me try it out. Okay. Carl sits there for a while longer, then seems to suddenly realize that he needs to get off so I can get up. He scrambles off awkwardly as I sit up and swing my legs over the side of the bed. Pressing my foot to the floor, the twinge that runs to my ankle is minuscule. Standing up, I'm able to put some pressure on it before it hurts too much. The problem is that I can't bend the joint at all, leaving me with an obvious and lumbering limp. Vote Owen for Prez. Oh, Jesus, that'd be bad. I think I'm okay. Can I get you down the stairs at least? I warm to the concern of in Carl's voice, though I don't really want him and Jenna anywhere near each other, especially after what she might have heard just now. No, I want to test it out a bit more. Annabelle? I'm not familiar. I turn my head to look back at Carl and can see a worried look on his face. I'll call you if I need help, okay? Right? I keep getting fucking Discord notifications. People are chatty today. Turn the phone upside down. Carl purses his lips. Alright. The trip down the stairs is ponderous and awkward. I'm probably loud, too, because when I reach the bottom, I find both Raven and Jenna already staring at me. Hey.
Hey!
Jenna doesn't say anything, continuing to watch me. We stare at each other awkwardly a bit before she finally moves her head to look down at my leg. How's your leg? Oh, it's alright. A bit stiff, though. I grasped at the opportunity to talk about anything other than what we were obviously doing. I think I should be able to walk normally, maybe in a few days. Hopefully in a few days we'll be out of here, so you can do that. Yeah. Jenna is definitely not herself right now. Her eyes are vacant, dull, and it's hard to explain, but they lack the mischievous and compassionate look that I'm used to seeing. Her voice is weird, too. It's deeper, more husky. Husky.
We'll be out of here by then.
Raven says it with a grin as he leans back in the chair he's sitting in. Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk to you guys about that.
About what?
About how to get out of here.
And how do we do that?
Well, I was thinking that the last time we were able to unlock the door, all we had to do was find that letter. Raven blinks at me.
So, we find a letter?
Or something like that. We just need to find something, I think.
We did find something.
I look over at Jenna. Huh?
I said we did find something. Carl burned it.
Oh, well, I don't think Carl burned it.
He did.
I pause. But there's got to be something else, or maybe whatever's doing this has a way of putting something else here. The others don't say anything. I don't know, but we can't just sit here. Looking around is the least we can do. Where is Carl? Jenna's standing up now, looking at the ceiling. Faintly, I can hear the clopping of Carl's hooves on the soft wood. He's looking around upstairs. Jenna continues to look up at the ceiling, her face stony.
Let's start in this room.
Raven stands up and starts walking along the wall, looking up and down the logs, prodding at the spaces in between. Jenna's still looking up at the ceiling, and I worry that she's going to try to go upstairs. Hey, Jenna, can you help me look around the kitchen? Jenna looks back at me. Huh? My ankle still kind of hurts. It'd be nice to be able to lean on someone if I need to walk for, far, to the kitchen. Jenna pauses before moving over to my side. She stands there stoically, and I awkwardly wrap an arm around her shoulders. Thanks. Yeah. We amble slowly to the kitchen. Jenna stops in the middle of the room and waits. I guess I'll start with the cabinets? My voice goes up at the end, like I'm asking a question. Jenna didn't say anything, so I stumble away from her, again awkwardly, before finding support on the wooden pantry. I hesitantly start opening some of the cupboards, feeling a lot less into my idea than I was just a few minutes earlier. Jenna stares out the window. So, are you okay? She finally looks back at me, frowning. I'm fine, why? You're being really distant. Do you need me to stand next to you? No, I mean, you seem like you're not really here, mentally. I'm sorry. I open another pantry door and a set of glass mugs. Is it something to do with Carl? I know that Jenna's going through something similar to what Carl is. I just have no idea what's doing it or why. Something that wants this to go as unsmoothly as possible, clearly. I don't have a problem with Carl. I mean, what he did yesterday. I just have a problem with the way he acts. He could do a lot if he put his mind to it. It takes me a moment to realize that she's talking about what happened before all of this. So, you attacked him? What? No, that was something else. I turn around and finally see something familiar about Jenna. Some life in her eyes. Maybe all I have to do is talk about stuff before this whole warp to ghost dimension. I mean, he tries. He just has problems. Shouldn't a psychology major know that? Jenna looks away from me. I guess, but I'm not a therapist. So what? So I don't know. No, I mean, shouldn't anyone have sympathy? I'd have a little more sympathy if he actually try and get help. He has, but it's not that easy. Yeah, or Dragonite. This is just one of the games we're playing. We're not playing this whole game for 24 hours. The fruit bat, the bat orange is there in case we come across any NSFW content. So I could just come up to him and be like, "Oh, Jen has been a little naughty." Womp. I fucking love that thing. Okay, yes, but it's not easy. Again, I don't feel like I should be explaining this to someone who has 4 years of psychology under her belt. I tried to get help, but I didn't. I tried to get help, but I didn't feel better for years. And it doesn't say anything. Carl's problems didn't really start until his first year of college. I keeping pulling open cupboards. My heart's sinking a little more each time there's nothing inside. Orange is giving you the eyes. I mean, yeah, he had problems before, but it's only getting worse for him. Well, it doesn't matter what I think about Carl right now. We're trying to find out some way out of here, and screwing around isn't gonna help. Jenna says this in such a way that I feel like it was supposed to be pointed. There's little doubt now that she heard us messing around upstairs. I sigh and reach up to pull open the last cabinet. The shoe is going to be in orange covering everything for 24 hours. Oh, Jesus. He's not who you think he is. It's so quiet and deep, I'm not sure that it's Jenna who said it. I turn around, but she's already on the other side of the room, standing next to the opposite set of pantries. Did you say something? She doesn't respond, so... I stare at her for another few seconds before slowly turning back around. The fur on the back of my neck prickles at the idea of turning my back on her. Why did these damn ghosts have to be so subtle and cryptic? I have not read any short stories about Echo now. If that's what it is, of course. It seemed like James had no trouble telling Carl about the whole clue-finding crap. Why couldn't they just tell him, or even Jenna, right now instead of me just creeping me out? The kitchen isn't very big, so I run out of things to search through pretty quickly. I skip the area around the window, though, not having forgotten about what happened yesterday. Yesterday? I don't know how to keep track of time in this place. I look back over at Jenna, who's still in the same place, staring at the pantry. The thought that maybe I, myself, could be possessed momentarily passes through my mind. For some reason, I doubt it, even though I'm not sure why. I don't really feel like I'm of interest to whatever it is that's doing this. At least not directly. As I continue to stare, I see something past Jenna at the base of the stairs. A ram's horn curling out from around the corner to the entrance of the stairs. I stare for a moment. Hey, I'm gonna go upstairs. Jenna's head snaps back sharply to stare at me, and I swear I hear her neck crack. Just to see if he found anything. I'll be back. I awkwardly sidle my way from the kitchen towards the stairs, Jenna's gaze following me the entire way. Once I reach the base of the stairs, I find Carl standing there. He jumps when I come around the corner, and he stands straight up, one hand resting against the wall. His eyes are red, and the short fur on his face is all messed up. Carl, are you okay? I whisper it, but Carl immediately turns around and starts back up the stairs quietly. I follow him, wondering what it could be. Did he find something horrific? I wouldn't be surprised at all if that were the case. Once we reach the top of the stairs, Carl heads straight for the bedroom. Carl, what happened? Did you find something? At that moment, he turns around and hugs me. It's so enveloping and firm that the air is almost crushed out of me. I grunt and freeze for a moment, listening to Carl huff into my chest. He's holding me like I'm something precious, like if he lets go, I'm going to be swept away somehow. I'm quiet for a few seconds, letting Carl get whatever this is out of his system. My arms are pinned down to my sides anyway, so it's not like I can respond physically. Hey, are you okay? It's a dumb question because none of us are okay. Carl finally lets go. He turns away from me right away to sit on the bed and put his face in his hands. My shirt is damp and I look down to see 2 wet spots where his eyes must have been. Tentatively, I sit down next to him at the foot of the bed and put my hand on his back. Hey, what happened? Carl sniffs loudly, wiping his eyes before putting his face back down in his hands. The ram sighs before finally straightening up to lean back on his hands, looking away from me. I just feel like shit is all. Can I help? I just had a moment, couldn't breathe. I keep rubbing his back, knowing that there really isn't anything I can do. A panic attack? How come? A lot of things. Carl shivers under my touch. And, I feel like everyone's mad at me. Why? No one's mad at you. Well, Jenna, first of all. But I feel like everyone thinks this is my fault or something. Why would any of this be your fault? He was probably right about Jenna, though. It's my house, my great whatever it is. It's all just my shit. He sniffs. I don't know, just being alone gets me thinking about this stuff. About how I'm still fucking everything up. Dude, Jenna told us fucked up things are happening everywhere, not just your house. I look around, which I'm assuming we're still in, maybe? I look back down at Carl. What brought all this up? We're all just working together to get ourselves out of here. Carl wipes his face and sniffles noisily before sitting up straight. I wasn't finding anything, and I started thinking about what would happen if we never do find anything. That's not going to happen. These things are doing this. These things that are doing this are trying to tell us something, right? I don't know about that, man. They seem just as confused and angry as we are. Carl looks at me with his reddened eyes. It's like they're fighting, too. Yeah, I guess they're having some issues. Carl reaches out and I let him pull me into his side. I don't resist and Carl chuckles. And it's just creepy being up here alone. I fit against him almost perfectly and I lay my head against his shoulder. Sorry. Or what? Yeah, I feel like I should be the strong one. Huh? And you've already seen me cry like twice. Hey, I don't believe in the strong one type of crap. I rest a hand on Carl's thigh, squeezing it. You're strong for the other person You're strong for the other person when they need it, and both people will need it eventually. Carl shifts against me and he laughs so nervously. You're talking about us like we're a thing. Aren't we a thing? I mean, look what we're doing right now. I don't know, man. It's hard to say when you're stuck in a haunted cabin. I feel him press his nose to my head, inhaling. This place is doing weird things to me. I squeeze his thigh again. Squeeze! Yeah, we could talk about it when we actually get out of here, when the stuff isn't fucking with our heads. So we are a thing, but just in the ghost dimension? Sure, for now. I'm fine with that, for now. Hi, Matthew Baldwin! God, I'm missing all this shit. Who would want to sit at the hearth and of the fire and enjoy the warmth? That'd be nice. Yeah, a real man is someone who's not afraid to show his fear. Did you know rams are very much gay, IRL? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. People. Okay. He breathes in deeply. You smell good. Okay. I snort. What do I smell like? Like the ocean. Dude, I'm a river otter. Besides, the river and ocean smell bad. Carl nibbles into the side of my neck and I gasp, trying to pull away from him. He pulls me back easily with his superior strength before pushing me back onto the bed, teasing at my neck with his warm nose. Carl, stop! I hiss at him, trying not to burst out laughing. He mumbles against my neck. Hey, I'm just getting you back for earlier. I giggle helplessly behind a closed mouth, trying to keep quiet. Jenna's gonna fucking John Cena this shit. She's gonna show up giving an AA to fucking... Oh, this is gonna be bad! This is gonna be bad! I can't deny I like this, but Jenna's criticism just minutes earlier has me feeling hesitant. He starts to move lower, but at that moment I hear a metal clang echo up the stairs. We both paused, and Carl's large ears are perked under his beanie. Brought myself up on my elbows and looked towards the doorway. I guess we should get back to searching. Yeah. With that moment clearly over, Carl sits back up on the side of the bed while I straighten out my shirt. You found something? Raven's voice drifts faintly up the stairs. Carl and I look at each other. Hey, maybe we don't need to. What? Maybe we won't need to. You want to go check? Fucking noise behind me and shit. You want to go check? Yeah, wait here a sec. If it's nothing, I'll come back up and help you look around, alright? Okay. Carl scoots to the side so I can get off the bed. It takes me a few minutes to get down the stairs on my stiff ankle. Once I get into the kitchen, I'm confronted with an odd scene. Jenna's halfway into the wood-burning stove, reaching into the back, probably up into the metal tube. What are you doing? She found something! Raven's standing off to the side of the stove, bouncing on the balls of his feet. It's stuck. Jenna grunts as she adjusts herself, reaching in and from a different angle. What is it? I hobble slowly across the room towards them. You need help? I realize he's talking to me, but I shake my head at the husky as I watch Jenna pull back and look into the opening of the stove. Goddamn thing shouldn't be that hard to get. Maybe I can help? But Jenna's already plunging her hand back in, head sticking just out of the opening as she does. Seems to garner some success as she smirks. Ha! Got it! Then her whole body jerks as she's seemingly yanked into the opening. Oh shit! Raven yelps as Jenna grabs onto the side of the stove to keep from being pulled in. Oh my gosh! Jenna! My voice rises in panic as I see her get yanked a second time. Raven automatically steps up next to her and grabs her arm. The third yank almost pulls him off his feet. I run over to help and wrap my arms around Jenna's waist to get a better grip. Another jolt and I'm able to feel the power of whatever has a hold on Jenna myself. What's happening? I hear a thudding and rustling in the stove, like something's turning over angrily and repeatedly. The image of some kind of caged animal passes through my mind, and it sends chills up my spine. No, you fucking don't! I look up at the fox, and I notice she doesn't look scared at all. Instead, she looks pissed off, her lips drawn back in a snarl, teeth bared viciously. She's talking to whatever is in the stove. I feel the muscles in her body tensed up and writhing under my hands as she twists to get free. I look around her body at Raven. His face, in contrast, is a mask of horror. Raven! His eyes wide snap to mine. Get a grip around her body and we'll pull at the same time. He briefly let go of Jenna's arm and leaned down to her other side to wrap his arms around her waist. Okay, on 3. 1, 2... No, the yank. Suddenly, Jenna's upper half is pulled into the stove. Shit! I lose my balance and fall back on my butt, knocking my head against the metal stove. My eyes water and I let go with one hand, desperately rubbing the back of my head while I loosely keep a grip on Jenna with the other. Chase! Raven's actually sliding into the fireplace himself at this point. I try to get my bearings and I pull myself back up next to Jenna, but at the same point, something big and bulky comes barreling into the room. Oh, here he comes. My vision clears just in time to see a big ram reach in for Jenna's body, practically pushing Raven aside. His whore hangs... Idiot. His horns clang loudly against the stove as he wraps his arms around Jenna's body and pulls back with all of his 270 pounds behind it. The fox emerges slowly, both of her arms still stuck in the stove, a determined look on her face. Carl lets go for a half second, lunging forward to grab both of Jenna's elbows. He yanks back again, letting out a strained grunt. Her wrists emerge from the stove, and I get a glance at black tendrils wrapped around them before those tendrils suddenly disappear. Carl and Jenna are both launched back, Jenna getting a cushioned landing on top of the ram as Carl lets out a loud wheeze. I hobble over to them, kneeling next to Carl as Jenna rolls off of him, eliciting another grunt. She sits up while Carl continues to lay there, his eyes wide. You guys okay? Carl waves a hand at me, rolling over onto his side as he gasps breathlessly. Jenna sits next to him, holding her hands up. I can already see some nasty swelling under the fur covering her wrists. I wince. Jenna, are you alright? I'm fine. She's not looking at her wrist, though. Instead, it's at an ash-smudged, folded piece of paper in her hands. From the bits that aren't covered, I can see that the paper is yellowed and ancient-looking. Not at all like the clearly photocopied newspaper we'd seen earlier. Hey, Aura Dragon, I don't even go there. Jenna looks down at it, standing up. I hear a groan next to me as I turn back to Carl. Can't go a day without getting beat up. I rub his shoulder as I look down at him, smiling. Wow, that was kind of heroic. Carl grunts as he stands up. You think so? Yeah, all the last second too. Carl rubs his knees. Would have gotten here earlier if I hadn't tripped down the stairs like twice. He stares at the stove. What the hell was that? I look too into the yawning black hole and shiver. I don't know, it was all black and smoky, like what we saw before. Think it'll come out of there? Raven suddenly steps in to lift the stove door, twisting the handles to lock it. He helps as he does it, jumping back as soon as the deed is done. I chuckle, then look back at Carl. Over his shoulder, Jenna walks into my field of vision. The paper is open in her hands, and she's holding it over the candle. All at once, I realize what she's trying to do. I choke on whatever it is I'm about to say next and leap up awkwardly onto my injured ankle. Jenna! Luckily, Jenna's only about 5 feet away, and I practically fall into her, pushing her away from the candle. We both fall against a bench under the window. Jenna's hand smacks against my nose, bringing tears to my eyes. I yelp as she pulls her fingers in, raking lines of fire down my nose with her claws. Damn! There's a pounding in my ears, and I distantly register that the drums have started up again. She twists out from under me and pulls away from the bench. When the fuck did she get this strong? I numbly keep my grip on her wrists, and she spins, swinging me away from her. I lose my grip and stumble back, stepping wrong on my foot and rebending my ankle at the exact same way I did last time. Ugh, I yelp again, much more loudly this time as I crumple to the ground. Carl swears and jumps over me at Jenna. Wait! I try to grab him by the hoof that's passing over me, but I miss miserably. As I sit up, I hear an ungodly bestial snarling, and I look up to see Carl is wrestling and kicking and scratching Jenna to the ground. That is fucking it! He pins her there while she writhes under him, trying to scratch at his face. Stop it, guys! Raven is still standing off to the side, his paws on his head, pulling at his ears. I crawl over to their writhing bodies, one eye wincing shut as each movement sending a lightning bolt through my leg. I grab Jenna's hands, forcing them down above her head. Jenna, stop! Jenna suddenly kicks one of her legs up between Carl's legs as he kneels over her. Fuck! He crumples over on top of Jenna, lying on her legs as he tries to pin his thighs together. I look down into Jenna's face. Stop it! What the hell are you doing? Jenna snarls up at me, but it's softer this time. Her struggles die down a little, and after holding my gaze for about 10 seconds, she looks away. I relax my grip for a bit, gasping as I try to rearrange my foot so there's not so much pressure on my ankle. I don't know. I pull the piece of paper out from her limp fingers and push away from her, waiting to see if she'll come after me again. What the fuck is that? She doesn't, instead just laying there with her hands above her head, staring at the ceiling. Raven, still with his fingers twisted around his ears, looks over at me. Yeah? Take Jenna upstairs. Take a nap or something. I think we need to be kept separate for now. As Raven hurries over to Jenna, Carl rolls off with a groan. Raven's easily able to coax Jenna up off the floor, and they head upstairs, Jenna looking down at the floor all the while. Jesus. I scoot over to Carl, holding my breath as each drag sends another spasm through my leg. He's on his side, hands between his legs as he squints at the wall. Once he notices me, he looks at my ankle. Fuck, are you okay, man? No, I don't think so. I stepped on it wrong again. God damn it, what the fuck is your problem? It's okay, you're just gonna have to carry me again. Carl chuckles before letting out another softer groan. What did I say about getting beat up all the time? Are you okay? No, she kicked me in the fucking balls! I sit quietly for a moment, the pain in my ankle fading into a more cold electric sting rather than a molten lava. What the hell's going on? Why would she try to burn it? Carl is quiet for a moment, then he looks up at me again. You know, right? What? I could be wrong since nothing makes sense here. What? You know this probably has something to do with James and John. I rub the back of my head again, feeling a bump swelling up already. Didn't we already figure that's what's going on? I mean, with Jenna. You know how James was sort of talking to me? Yeah, like he told you what to find? Yeah, but I think something is talking to Jenna, too. John? Maybe. To make you guys fight? Weren't they lovers? Would there be a reason for John wanting his paper not to be read? Carl doesn't say anything, choosing to roll onto his back, lay his hands out to either side of him. I look down at the paper in my hand. Well, should I read this now or wait for the others? Might as well do it now. She might try something again. Alright, I'm going to read it out loud then. Carl waves a hand in the air, indicating that I should go ahead. I scoot back against the wall so I can stretch my leg out and start reading. My dearest John, I've been hearing terrible things lately. They say that you've been accusing me of the most egregious monstrosities. I dare not believe them. In fact, I will not until I hear your words for myself. There must be some misunderstanding. Has one of my many political enemies pitted you against me? Are they using the missing native boys as a weapon against my campaign? I would not think that to be below them, but what concerns me me most is you. Oh, that's fucking funny. Please visit me at my mansion. We must speak on this. I very much look forward to your company and believe that we can soon set this straight. Yours forever, James. I look up at Carl. He looks back at me. So, what do you think that means? Carl rubs inconspicuously at his crotch. I guess something went wrong between James and John? Oh, yeah, but what? Sounds like he tried to frame him or something. I remember the newspaper clipping that had somehow gone up in flames. Hey, that newspaper article that burned up said something about a Masada kid that went missing. So native kids were going missing and John used it to get at James somehow? Maybe. We still don't know if John was doing it anyway. James doesn't seem to know either. Welcome back, OG Meme Team. I wonder if we'd have been better off if Carl had a little bit of James in him right now. At least then we'd have a better idea of what is going on, maybe. And again, the situation is so volatile with Jenna, I'm kind of glad we don't have another ghost to deal with in Carl. I look at the Ram, who's in the middle of pulling his waistband out to look at his junk. If James is still influencing Carl somehow, then he isn't really showing it. You okay? Carl abruptly lets go of his waistband, letting it snap back against his waist. Huh? Yeah, I'm fine. Are your balls okay? Carl smiles ruefully. They look fine, still kind of hurt. I think about making a joke about making them feel better, but that doesn't really feel appropriate right now. I'm actually more worried about Jenna, and not just because she can beat me up. Yeah. It seemed that at this point, Jenna isn't really Jenna anymore. Should we talk to her about, I don't know, resisting it? It's worked for me. I look in the direction of the door as a loud click emanates from it. Oh shit. Carl's long ears perk and he follows my gaze. By the way, we've almost been going for an hour and I want to make sure that y'all know why we're here. This is a charity live stream for Extra Life. The donation link is in the description below. We're trying to reach $100. We can't really... we haven't had any donations as far as I'm aware. Let me pull up that page real quick. See where we're at. See where we're at right now, because maybe I just got a donation. I don't know about it. Okay. But it looks of it, yeah, we still haven't raised any money. The donation link is in the description. Our goal is $100. We're raising it for KU Med Center, so if you can give any amount of money, don't give to Super Chat, even though I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. We're not here for me. We're here for the kids, the sick kids, being treated at KU Med Center to try to get them treatment and try to get them some games to play and stuff. And we're trying to do some good. So check out the donation link in the description. I'll continue to keep mentioning this throughout the night. And let's try to get to that $100 mark, all right? We can do this! We can do this! Carl's long ears perk and he follows my gaze. Oh, shit. I forgot I have to click on the game again. We both stare at it for a few seconds. Do you think... maybe? Slowly, Carl gets to his feet, still a little bow-legged, and hobbles towards the door. Careful. I say, a little apprehensive that something might open it from the other side. Carl doesn't say anything and slowly shuffles toward the door, pausing in front of it for a few seconds. Slowly, he reaches out and rests a hand on the handle and gives it a slight push. He shifts open. It shifts open a few inches. Carl looks back at me. I think we should get the others. We all stand around the door, Carl to my right and Raven to my left, Raven and I making sure there's maximum distance between Jenna and Carl. The door is shifted open a few inches, and the vertical black void it reveals is a little ominous. So we just go through? I don't know, man. That's what we did last time, right? Yeah. I feel like the real question is if we really want to go through the door in the first place. Is it just going to lead to another terrible place where terrible things happen? I feel a void similar to the one I'm looking at open up in my chest. I thought of being trapped in a loop, going through door after door that leads to nothing but horror. This is a horror game after all! I mean, seriously! Already this place was having an effect on Jenna that seems to be getting worse with each passing hour. How much longer can she keep it together? What did the letter say? I tense up. Anything she does now is putting me on edge, like I'm waiting for her to lash out again. My hand drifts conspiratorially to my pocket where the folded up letter is. I glance to my right at Carl, but he's got eyes on the door. A few things, just more history stuff. About what? I decide at that moment that I have to lie. No, don't lie, don't lie. We need to keep Jenna or John calm if we want to get through this. I have a feeling that John wouldn't want to hear about James revealing what I assume are secrets. I didn't read anything about John trying to sabotage James in my research, but maybe that's what James is trying to tell us. So I shrug my shoulders, moving my hand away from my pocket. Stuff about the mine. There wasn't enough of it to sustain the town. I'm worried Jenna might challenge my lie for whatever reason. She doesn't say anything, though, and Carl just keeps on staring straight ahead. Raven suddenly clasps his hands together, making Carl and I jump. So, should we open it? Raven reaches out. Wait! The husky pauses and looks back at me expectantly, his black ears tipped forward. Should we do this? I mean, it's probably just going to lead to another place where we have to find another thing. Yeah? So maybe we shouldn't keep going? Why wouldn't we keep going? We need to keep going! I stumble over my words, trying to piece together my feelings and put them into sentences as I go. I just think that they're not really on our side, you know? I make an effort not to look at Jenna. So if they're not, why are we doing what they want us to do? I realize I'm shaking now, and I make an effort to make my hand still. That's when I feel something big and warm slide into my right hand as I glance down to find Carl holding it. He gives me a quick look and a small smile before returning his attention back to the door.
What else should we do?
Raven's tone isn't accusatory, but it is genuinely curious. I don't have a very good answer. Well, maybe we can find a way back somehow. Maybe we're still in Carl's house right now. Carl's house. That place seems like it's thousands of miles and years away at this point. Maybe we can, like, wake ourselves up somehow? Raven doesn't respond, and neither does anyone else. I realize how stupid I must sound. Sorry. I just feel like we're taking things too fast right now. Carl gives my hand another squeeze.
Hey, dude, we're all a little scared. We can talk about things.
Carl looks past me at Raven and Jenna.
No rush. I'm actually starting to feel the same way.
I feel my cheeks burn at the way I'm holding everyone back because I'm scared.
So, when I had that guy in my head, I sort of felt like he was taking us somewhere.
Carl runs the hand, not holding mine, up one of his horns, scratching at it.
Like an endpoint, you know?
Raven fidgets with one of his ears.
Like a good endpoint? Yeah, man, I think so.
That didn't sound very convincing. You can stay here if you want, Otter. It takes me a few seconds to realize she's talking to me. Is she really that gone? I just hope that if we reach the end of this, we can get her back somehow.
Whoa, Jenna, that's crazy.
I cough to clear my throat. No, I'll go. I just wanted to think about it for a second. Have you thought about it then? Yeah. I look at Carl, but he only offers me a shrug and a comforting rub on the shoulder. Well, if that's all, then let's go. Jenna steps forward to grab the door handle, and I bite my tongue to keep from saying we should wait again. The door swings open to reveal blackness, just like the last time. Unlike the last time, though, there's a spot of flickering light in the distance. The fire. Everything's quiet right now. No drum beat, but the darkness is unnatural. It's inky and thick. It just keeps saying it's inky. Why with the inky? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Get rid of that. It's inky and thick, like it's alive. I get the unnerving feeling that it's trying to eat the light from the fire. Maybe towards the fire? Jenna suddenly steps forward, and just like that, she's swallowed by the darkness. Jenna, wait! She ignores me. Carl gives his shoulders another shrug.
Well, if she's being persuaded, I guess she probably knows where she's going.
I see her form pass in front of the firelight a few times, and she's gone.
All right, here we go.
Despite his nervousness, Raven still sounds cheerful about stepping into oblivion. Hey, Jannery McGee, what's up?
You ready, dude?
I look over at Carl, and he's gazing back at me warmly, an encouraging smile on his face.
Dude, I'm reaching my limits too. If we have to do another place like this.
His ears droop, looking almost defeated. I nod, swallowing as quietly as I can. Yeah, a flashlight, right? Or, like, take the candle or some shit. He pulls me into his side by my hand, and he wraps my arm around his shoulder.
Just stay close, Kay?
Yeah. I step forward with him, and immediately we're immersed in blackness. Not only do things go dark visually, but the change is physical, too. I don't know if it's all in my head, but I feel heavier, like the darkness is pushing down on my shoulders. It's colder, too. It's colder, too, to the point where I can feel the heat radiating off Carl's body when I brush up against him. Hello! Mihasapine? I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. But hello!
Doing okay, man?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm good.
We're going as slow, and not just because of my injured, probably broken ankle. The ground is uneven and rocky, like we're outside walking in the desert. Yeah, no cell phone. Which I realize is exactly what we're doing when we walk straight into what feels like a sagebrush. Carl thrashes around with a hand not holding onto me, and we're able to sort of stumble around it. Hey, hey, Tiger O'Neill, what's up? Where the hell are we? I mutter as I stub my toe painfully on a rock.
Outside?
Yeah, but where outside?
The desert, right?
So do you think that we're still in Echo? Carl's quiet for a moment.
Maybe, but not really. I don't think we can just walk to our houses.
Why do I glance around? When I look over here, that's the chat. When I look over here, that's my phone. When I look here, I'm looking at the stream. When I look here, it's the game. When I look here, it's the camera. When I look over there, it's because I hear some shit. I'm paranoid. I am diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. I'm almost done with Carl's route. I guess when we're done with Carl's route, we'll take a break from games to do Q&A or something. But let's finish Carl's route first. Yeah, I already said that. I wonder if maybe all the others, TJ, Leo, and Flynn, are out here too in the darkness. Yeah, I'm wearing my Doctor Who hat. I want to call out, but I'm too nervous that that's going to attract something to us. I still remember the black figure dancing around the fire we're walking towards at this very moment. We're close enough now that I'm starting to be able to make out Carl in the darkness. I look back at the house to see how far we've gone. Oh, hey, what's up, Harry? Harry O'Grady. Doctor number 4. Yeah. Fedora is not just a fancy way of saying hat. Fedora is a type of hat. Gosh. MPD, I don't know what MPD is. Multiple personality disorder is probably what that means. I have that already, so I don't know what the fuck. But, gonna take a nap? Well, enjoy your nap, Mr. Bad Fox. Look back at the house to see how far we've gone. All that I can make out now are 2 rectangles of light. One for the door we came out of, and one for the kitchen window. In the kitchen rectangle, a dark figure stands formed by the faint light inside. Squint, not really sure what I'm seeing. Okay, I gotta turn the fucking ceiling fan off real quick. I think that it's rustling shit. I keep hearing shit behind me, and that's the light. I'm not into hearing shit. Really not.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not looking forward to hearing shit behind me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got people in my head, man. It's not fun.
I squint, not really sure of what I'm seeing. Then it moves, disappearing from the window. I stop walking, and Carl stops with me, looking back over his shoulder.
What?
Did one of the others go back? The black figure appears again, this time at the doorway of the house. Oh, shit! I don't even have time to react before it steps forward, and then the door swings shut with a distant snap. Oh, God! Or a Dragonite. You kind of figured out the meaning behind I speak for the voices in my head. What the fuck did you think that meant? Or a Dragonite. Good job. Maybe it's this Fedora. Yeah, it's like Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey. This shit is controlling me. Oppressive blackness takes its place. I grab onto Carl more tightly.
The hell?
My mind flashes back to the black thing I'd seen crawling out of the wardrobe. I guess not. Is Carl gonna get laid? Maybe, I don't know. Come on. I nudge into Carl's side, trying to get him to hurry along while resisting the urge to try and run on my twisted ankle. I'm realizing that it might come to that. Raven, Jenna! I call out into the darkness ahead of us, wanting to warn them. Over our ragged breathing, though, there's dead silence all around us except for a drum beat. Fuck. Either they can't hear us, or they can't respond. Carl's gripping onto me with both of his hands, practically hauling me off my feet as he pulls me along. Suddenly, he stops. What the fuck am I doing? He lets me go and crouches down in front of me. On my back! A werewolf. Oh, I doubt it. Decker who? That's funny. I'm there before he even finishes the sentence, and my face is bouncing off his hard skull as he starts sprinting towards the fire. Whether it's in my head or not, I swear I can hear slithering sound behind me, like a snake sliding over dry leaves. I shiver, not wanting to look back, but I do anyway, trying to peer into the darkness. Of course, I can't see anything, but I swear something flashes in front of the lone rectangle light coming from the cabin's kitchen window. Christ! The rustling sound gets louder, and now I can't pretend that I'm imagining it. It casts a picture into my mind. That black shadow creature contorting and bending through the sagebrush that Carl was having so much trouble moving through. Decker Link. Let's get rid of that. I hold on to one of his horns and lean towards his ear. Carl, it's getting close, and then my stomach lurches as it feels like the floor just suddenly drops away. Next thing I know, my nose is smacked hard into the back of Carl's head before I flip over, landing on my back in what feels like a sea of sharp rocks. Ow! I lay there for a second, dazed, staring at the black ocean above me, wondering if any of this is real. Am I still dreaming? Maybe I'll just wake up from my dorm, probably late to my legal and ethical issues in journalism class. Fuck, are you okay? A muffled voice breaks through my haze of confusion and pain. Then I'm being yanked back up as Carl pulls me to my feet and clumsily shoves me back onto his back. Sorry, shit, sorry! Fine. I can barely mumble through my numb mouth, which feels like it's full of pennies. Oh, shit. I can see I'm making dark stains on the back of Carl's shirt. It feels like my face is caved in. Oh my god! I wonder if my nose is broken, but the fear of the pursuit is returning, and I quickly clutch at Carl's horns before he resumes his sprint. Oh, man. He finally comes to a stumbling halt in front of the massive bonfire, which it looks so small from the cabin. We both stare up at it, the heat almost unbearable. The whispers behind me reach a crescendo, the hissing just over my shoulder. What are we supposed to do? My voice raises in pitch as I look back behind us, the black shape now discernible in the firelight as it slithers around the rocks and sagebrush. It's like a person imitating a snake. I grip onto Carl as he turns to face it and then takes a step back, then another. I don't know. I cling to the ram. I can feel him trembling underneath me. Don't back into that fire now. As the creature reaches the edge of the circle of firelight, Carl turns and starts running past the fire, and then my muscle seize up. My jaw clenches, my eyes roll back, and I feel myself falling backwards. This shit again? Oh, and we're here again. The heat is almost unbearable. My fur is damp from sweat, the skin underneath itching and uncomfortable. I can feel the sun on my face, the brightness turning, and the insides of my eyelids are dazzling red. I don't want to open them, though. No, I just want to sleep. I almost do fall asleep, but a distant chorus of shouts and screams jolts me back awake. Now I do try to open my eyes, but I can't. It's like they're glued shut. I reach up to paw them, but my arms won't lift. I must be dreaming, stuck in a paralysis. So I lay there, listening to the shouting and screaming, imagining an angry mob. After what seems like hours, the voices fade, and the red turns deeper, darker, blood-like, as if the sun is setting. And that's when I can finally drift away, back to sleep. The soft, choking moan brings me back to the surface. I'm still hot and sweaty, but the blazing sun isn't shining in my face anymore. I wiggle my fingers and shift my arms a bit, feeling them glide over fabric. At least I'm not paralyzed anymore. Another moan, followed by a coughing sound, forcing me to open my eyes, realizing it's not part of a dream. Huh? This is the bedroom from the house! I stare up at the ceiling, a textured beige ceiling. I'm back in the room where I'd slept. How long ago? A day? A few days? Well, we have to type to make Deckerlink make a face and look at the camera awkwardly question what is wrong with us. What's wrong with you? Asking a question like that. Oh, it's not a party. It's not a party. They're not happy. They're not happy to be there. I'm back in the room where I'd slept. Oh yeah, I already said that. It doesn't matter because everything's comes back to me at once. I feel like a lead weight has just dropped onto my chest, knocking the wind out of me. Fuck, is this not over? Now I'm starting to become convinced that this is never going to end. We're stuck in a loop, just like in my dreams. Another moan, slightly weaker, makes me sit up and look around the room. I'm alone as far as I can tell. Where are the others? Am I actually alone? I can't stop a soft whimper coming from my mouth as the thought of being separated from the others. I was barely keeping it together with Carl, but without him. A loud cough through the wall behind me makes me jump again. I quickly slide off the bed and immediately cringe as my weight comes crashing down on my swollen ankle. Ow! I sag against the bed for a moment, squinting my eyes shut as I wonder why my ankle is only getting stiffer. Maybe the fall Carl had taken made it even worse. The thought that those moans could be coming from Carl spurs me to straighten up and carefully hop towards the door. I have to stifle a short yelp with every bounce, and by the time I reach the door frame, I have to lean against it to catch my breath. I'm winning, you say? I don't know if that's precisely the way to handle it, to describe it. Yeah. My hands shake as I rub my eyes, the pain making me wonder if I'll ever be able to walk without a limp again. Another groan from the room next to me forces me to move again. In the hallway now, I'm able to make out the sounds a bit better and realize that it has a feminine quality to it. Jenna? My voice comes out crackly, in a crackly squeak, and I grunt to clear my throat. Jenna? Yeah, Lagoon Lounge 2. There's an episode of that scheduled to upload in the next couple of days. You think Hulk Hogan's in there?
Just, brother, now let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I've been to the top of the mountain, dude, and I'll tell you what. This Echo, this infinite nightmare skull, this dimension ain't got shit on the 26-inch pythons, brother.
Oh, man. I try again and wait, and I get no response in return. I force myself to step into the hallway, clinging to the wall for support. When I look down the hallway to the door next to mine, I find something very similar. A damaged wooden door in the middle bulging and splintering out as if something had hit it from the other side. Memories of a bad smell, a dark concrete room, and a noose. I hold tighter to the door frame, feeling my knees tremble, both from the pain and the fear. Yeah, it's gotten interesting, all right. I look behind me, hoping to see Carl, maybe even Raven. A shuffling sound followed by another cough and gurgle draws my eyes back to the door. If it's Jenna, I have to act now. Yeah, because making Spencer's voice the Macho Man really fucking... that went over so well. Let's make Dozer Hulk Hogan. That's a great fucking...
Let's play some tennis, brother.
God, that'd be so bad. I steadied myself against the wall and hopped slowly to the door. I'm waiting for the pain now. Reaching out with a shaking hand, I start to slowly push the door. I'm hoping that I might be able to crack it open just a little bit and not draw the attention of whatever is inside. The door only shifts a little, though, and seems to catch on the ground underneath it. It lets out a rough scratching sound that makes my fur raise up. Gritting my teeth, I forego this stealthy approach and give it a hard shove. This time it opens halfway, and I'm able to see into the room. Just like last time, there's no light coming from within the room itself. Instead, I have to rely on the dim yellow light coming from the hallway. It casts a widening band of light into the concrete room as the door opens. The smell hits me like a wave, and I immediately gag, doubling over and pressing a hand to my nose before pulling up the neck of my shirt over my nose. Sure, I smell like BO from the 2 days of running in fear, but it's better than the sweet smell of rotting meat that's enveloping me. Oh, God. Still shaking, I peer into the room while I lean against the door, and I'm only able to see the cracked concrete floor and walls. The grunting, choking sounds reach a peak now, and it's coming from beyond the bond of light. It's in inky blackness.
Again with the inky blackness. Why is every blackness inky? I don't understand. Ooh, yeah, why the fuck?
That isn't all that different from what Carl and I had run through. Hello? No response. It sounds like those grunting has stopped too. Shh, I have to do something now. I think about just kicking the door open and jumping back, but then I remember there's really nothing I can do with my feet right now. Taking a deep breath, I set both hands against the door. I steel myself of what I'm about to see, then shove the door as hard as I can. The door swings open, and suddenly scraping horribly against the floor the entire way, I yelp at the suddenness of it all, the tension all exploding out of me all at once. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Want me to mellow out Hulk Hogan's voice? That's impossible. Have you ever heard Hulk Hogan in an interview? Hearing him talk normally just sounds weird. He's like,
man, I want to talk to you about it.
I can't do it. It's fucked up. I jump back in fear. The band of light widens, sweeping over the entirety of the concrete room before the door finally lodges against the wall with a snapping sound. I almost lose my balance, arms swinging around cartoonishly as I try to hop on one foot. At the same time, I'm fearfully eyeing the opening, terrified of what I'm about to see. What I do see is definitely terrifying. It's Jenna in the middle of the room. She's hanging from the noose. Her muzzle tilted up so I'm able to clearly see the rope digging into the fur on her neck, painfully tight. Her toes are barely touching the floor, but it doesn't even look like she's trying to keep herself up. It looks like she's unconscious. Jenna! There's no response, and I find myself leaping in her direction. I forget about my ankle until all my weight comes down on it twice in my mad dash, and I literally scream as it happens. There isn't any time to worry about it, though, as I grab at Jenna, unsure of what to do. First, I try to wrap my arms around her and lift her up, screaming again as I set my weight down on my foot. She doesn't respond to any of this and just hangs limp in my arms, which terrifies me even more. I reach up and pluck uselessly at the hangman's knot that I immediately know isn't going to budge no matter how much I pull. Carl, help! I feel myself starting to panic. Desperately, I look around, trying to find something, anything I might be able to use to cut the rope. Jenna? I call up at her. I can't see her eyes from this angle, but I can't feel any movement in her. I try to press my ear against her chest, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it in the right spot. I try to quiet my breathing and actually listen, but I can't hear anything. Shit, Carl! I feel myself starting to hyperventilate and try again to slow my breathing. If I pass out right now, I'm going to be less help than I already am. The world is starting to take on a surreal tint, and I think I'm actually dreaming. I think about running into the kitchen, but I don't want to let her go, especially since I feel like she's on the edge of dying right now. I reach up again and start trying to worm my fingers underneath the rope, but it's useless. It's way too tight. My eyes start to water as I realize that I'm not helping her at all right now, aside from maybe taking a little pressure off her neck, but it might be too late anyway. Help! I'm suddenly hyper aware of the screaming pain in my ankle, and I feel it giving out. So my arms burning with the strain of trying to hold Jenna up. I press my face against her chest, feeling myself start to give up on everything. And suddenly the weight disappears, and I feel Jenna lift up several inches into the air. I look up and see Carl next to me, his big arms easily able to keep the fox off the ground. Not only that, but he's got a knife in one hand. I recognize it was the same knife Carl had used earlier in the hallway. Carl! I sob in relief as he sits to sawing at the rope, and soon all three of us come crashing to the ground as Jenna's cut free. We lay there in a heaving heap. The only sound is our gasps as we all try to catch our breaths, Jenna's being the loudest. After a while, I sit up and look over at her. She's already sitting up herself, one hand to her neck, rubbing at it. Are you okay? I reach out to her. I'm fine. She leans away a little from my hand, so I drop it. I thought you were going to die, Jenna. My voice is all shuddery, and I struggle to keep my emotions under control to not have a panic attack. Whatever was controlling this whole scenario just tried to kill one of us. But I guess that's already happened with the shadow creature thing, and even with what's happened to Raven. Jenna picks up the knife and brings it up to her neck, starting to saw away the rope. Okay. I can help. She ignores me. I look over at Carl and see that he's flat on his back, arms spread out. Thank you, Carl. I don't know what I would have done if he hadn't shown up. Carl raises a hand in acknowledgement. How the hell did you get a knife? Carl takes a few more gasps to catch his breath. I heard you guys and saw that. He gestures up the hanging rope, and the end of it frizzled out after the cut. Remember that knife I dropped when we were here before? Thank God. We lay there for a while longer, Jenna busy hacking at the rope. Carl choosing to stare up at the ceiling. That almost peaceful silence is shattered as a husky stumbles into the doorframe, clutching onto as he practically trips in. Whoa! Hey, guys! He grins, waving a hand at us as he rights himself. He looks around at us, taking in the scene. What happened? Yeah, very creepy, no shit. Jenna got hanged. Carl cut her down. There's really no way to sugarcoat it. Oh, crap! Yeah, that's one fucking way to respond to that shit. Oh, crap! He stares wide-eyed at Jenna. Well, guess it's surprising it wasn't me this time, huh? He lets out a high-pitched, nervous laugh. None of us even crack a smile. You're okay, though? Fine. Raven looks around the room. Well, it looks like we're still here. Carl lets out a big, shuddery breath. I don't know if I can do this anymore. What do you mean? We're stuck. I don't know what else we're supposed to do. We didn't go in the fucking attic! The attic! Oh my god! Just keep looking around. We're fighting stuff, right? And then what? Get sucked into another fucked up place where we'll be chased around and almost killed? He waves a hand at Jenna's direction. Thank you, Mija. Is that how you say Mija? 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 I don't... Thank you. He waves his hand in Jenna's direction. Look what just happened. It wants us dead. Carl. I trail off. What? I try to think of something to say, anything that might convince the ram to keep going. Just a while ago, minutes, hours, days, I was having the same doubts. But for some reason, Carl's sudden demeanor of defeat has me more motivated. Because if Carl gives up, what else is there to keep me going? There's a soft snap, and I look over to see that Jenna's pulled the rope from her throat. How's your neck? Jenna rubs it. Fine. Her voice has an air of complete disinterest despite the situation. Mija? Okay. She seems distracted too, her eyes flickering around at the ceiling, like she's expecting something to happen up there. Maybe take the knife away from the psycho bitch! I look up too, but all I see is concrete that's spiderwebbed with cracks. The rope, I notice, is hanging from nothing. It sort of just grows out of the ceiling. Carl lets out another shuddering sigh next to me. Wish I had a joint. I feel a small flicker of annoyance. And how will that help anything? Carl's quiet for a moment, clearly sensing the change in my mood. I immediately regret it, but I don't have the energy to take it back. Because it might make me feel a little better. By making you feel less? We need to be alert right now so we can figure this out. I bring my tone back down to normal, realizing how unfair it would be to get mad at Carl right now. The only way I can try to pronounce your last name would either be Sabine, Chapin, something like that. I don't... I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, the only time I don't get into characters is the sex scenes, yeah. Jesus. Bring my no by oh yeah, I already said that. Just a little while ago, I was having the same doubts. Didn't I already say that? I don't know if we can, though. Carl's lips tugged down in a frown, and it looks like he's trying to keep himself from crying. Is it Chapin? No. Before I can say anything to comfort him, Jenna speaks up. You will. Her voice is dark, firm, and completely unlike the way Jenna has ever spoken before. The third Chapin, was it Chapin? 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 Chapin, like penis? Or pin, as in like pin in a wall. And is Che right? I don't mean to say penis, by the way. Like it's... I only say penis because my fucked up brain, that's the first thing that I could have also said Nas. No. We gotta pause everything. We gotta figure out how to say this Miha's last name. Oh, God. Like penis. Okay. Chapin. Miha Chapin. That's a cool fucking name, dude. Like, that's actually a really cool fucking name. Hey, Bri! Let me give her a call. Because I feel like... Good job, Arkleton. Calling Bri, but she's not answering. For fuck's sake. I'll be right back. Hey, Death Nuts, I called you and you didn't answer. What is your mom's nickname for you? I thought so. There's someone with that name in the live stream.
Yeah?
Yeah. Miha JP. JP. Miha means daughter?
It means, as my mom would say, it means my pretty little daughter.
Nice. Cool. I thought so. I remembered Miha. I remembered Miha because that's Bri's mom's.
I'm here now.
Fuck. That's Bri's mom's nickname for her. And she says that's like my pretty little daughter.
Because we're Hispanic.
Because Hispanic, yeah.
Specifically Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Oh, how does Donald Trump say it? Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. I don't fucking.
He says it really fucked up.
Alright, let's get back to the game. Blah, blah, blah. Both look at her and she sits there, legs crossed, staring hard at us. Well, at me. Carl sits up. Jenna? Jenna doesn't look at him. Instead, she keeps looking at me. John? Now she does look at Carl, and it's out of instinct, her eyes darting at him before looking back at me. I recognize it as that almost unstoppable urge to look the way you hear your name being called. Yeah, we had suspected, and Jenna had been acting weird, but to think that she was that consumed by him. Carl glances at me meaningfully. We haven't asked her directly about it yet, so I guess now's the time. Yeah, you almost fucking got hung by the neck. That's fucking...
What? I'm just getting a soda.
Do you see this shit? I look back and she was doing this shit. With a fucking ice cream on her head. Looking like a dumbass.
I am doing perfect posture. Thank you.
I'm gonna throw something at
How the
you.
fuck do I get up?
With perfect posture.
I don't have perfect posture.
Well, good luck.
This was a mistake.
Many things are mistakes. Oh shit. No.
You fucked up! You fucked up!
Slovenia. Oh shit, that's cool. Yeah, where's everyone from? I'm in the United States of America. I'm in Kansas. Slovenia, that's cool. I don't think I've... Seahawks! Where's Seahawks? Seahawks! Oh shit, Seahawks, there we go. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Slovenia, that's fucking cool. Everything's cool about you, Miha. What the fuck? We gotta be so cool. Oh. The meme page, the meme thread, the meme channel, in the Philippines, or Dragonite, you guys. It's so Memphis. It's so cool to think, like, people from all over the fucking world are watching me, this fucking doof in Kansas, that has like 3 friends in real life, watching me on a live stream. It's fucking insane. Anyway, back to the game. Milwaukee. Oh, that's one of my favorite cities just because of the name. It's right up there with Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Argenteuil? I don't know how you say that. But Paris, that's fucking awesome. Kansas is flatter than a pancake. Yeah, that is true. Wow. Balance their head on top of it. That's you're anything but cool. You seem to be cool. Oh yeah. Let's never speak that name. You're entertaining. Well, thank you. Let's get back to the game before oh Jesus, you guys are so fucking cool. God damn it. I gotta tell Shark when we're doing the questions. God damn it. Once we reach the end of Carl's route. Damn it. You love all the voices I do? And Canada! Okay, yeah, favorite country right there. I think Canada is my favorite country. It might be. You're our doof. Australia? Australia? Thank God. I was so hoping I knew someone in Australia. That's so fucking cool. Atlanta, Georgia, great city. I've been there before. Please say this in Texas Southern language. How do you say it's a pleasure to meet you? Oh, Jesus. Oh my God, you guys are so fun. God, the game. It's still the fucking game. We got to finish Carl's route, and then we could do some Q&A. Shark YT is like getting on me, like, come on, we got to do the Q&A. We will do the Q&A. Remember, on the Discord server, it's in the link. Go on there. There's a thread for Q&A. Go on there. We'll do a whole shit. Shark YT's from Australia too. God damn! Fucking love that shit. Yeah. Say hello in their language. Howdy. That's that's a worldwide stream. This is fucking insane. Okay, to the game. We got to do this. So Shark YT wants to do Q&A, and I want to do Q&A, but we're gonna do it once we finish this route because we got 24 hours to fucking fill. So let's go. Hey Jenna, are you feeling okay? I'm feeling fine. It's just that you haven't seemed like yourself for a while now. What do you mean? I look over at... God damn it, my mouse is in the way. Kumustaka? I don't know what that means. I'd rather be in Canada than Florida. Fuck yeah. Shadow Shade 759. Hi, guy. How you doing? I look over at Carl and he shifts himself around on the floor.
Uh, Listen, when we first got here, and even a little before then, I was feeling weird.
Carl pauses. He seems to be searching for the right words.
Sort of like something else had become a part of me.
Jenna narrows her eyes at Carl, but doesn't say anything. Bonjour, le comment allez-vous? Yeah, I saw your video. I don't. You said you did a second one. I haven't seen that yet, Harry, but I will. Hello in my language is Dober Dan. Dober Dan. I'm sure that's exactly how it's pronounced. Dober Dan. I'm not making fun of the language. I'm making fun of the way I said it. Just saying, how are you in my language? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
There was another voice in my head, almost. There was another voice in my head, almost, and after a while, I knew it was that guy James in my head.
Sounds like you're going crazy. Carl frowns.
Maybe, but he was making me act different, feel different, and it was kind of fucked up, to be honest.
Weird.
Yeah, weird, but it was easy to get him out of my head.
Carl points at his horns.
And now he's not there anymore.
Jenna keeps that stern look on her face, frowning at Carl. What are you trying to say?
Well, do you know a guy named John Begay?
No. I remember the picture I had taken of John back in Carl's crawl space. My hand feels my phone through my pocket, and I almost reached to pull it out before remembering that it's dead. To the new dialogue. Yeah, space also works. I have a controller plugged in. An A also works, but good eye, mate. Hello. He was in some of the pictures with James Hendricks, the founder of the town.
Hoy!
Jared stares at me blankly. James was Carl's ancestor, and we think that John was your ancestor too. He was a fox and has the same last name. So wasn't your family an Echo since the beginning? Nexus Necrowolf, hey! Yes. So it seems like you're probably related to him, right? Jenna stares hard at me, then at Carl. Our family doesn't have records like yours, Carl. Carl frowns again.
You say that like it's my fault.
Maybe it is. Carl starts to sputter again, but I cut in before he can defend himself. See? Jenna doesn't talk like that. You wouldn't say something like that. Jenna doesn't say anything, keeping her glare at Carl. Carl clears his throat nervously.
What I'm trying to say is that maybe your ancestor is in your head like mine was.
I don't think so. Carl lets out a frustrated sigh.
I mean, something's different with you, dude. I can see it. Chase sees it.
A nod in confirmation. Raven suddenly cuts in.
I mean, I don't know you that well, but if we're going by how a normal person acts, you're not acting very normal.
We're not in a normal situation like that, are we? Carl shakes his head.
I know you can resist it like I did, Jenna. You've always had a really strong mind, way stronger than mine.
Carl swallows.
So it shouldn't be a problem for you to stop it like I did.
Jenna shrugs. Nothing's wrong with me, Carl. We all go quiet then. Jenna stares at Carl, eyes moving across his face like she's searching for something. Carl stares hard right back at her.
Unless you don't want to fight it?
Hello from
From the Hallow.
I almost said Glasgow. Why the fuck? Ah, Jesus. Jenna's expression remains emotionless.
I mean, are you letting him?
I don't know, Carl. Are you letting him control you?
No, I already told you I fought him out.
How do we know that's true? Carl throws his hands up.
Dude, why would I lie?
Carl looks at me for some help. Yeah, Carl's way different than he was earlier. He's himself now. But how do you know that? I don't know what else to say to Jenna to convince her. Of course, I can't be completely sure. The only person that can know is Carl. He says he isn't possessed anymore, and I trust him on that.
Jenna, he isn't, I promise.
Is that supposed to be us saying that? Because, Carl saying he isn't is fucking weird. You think James kept his promises? Carl and I share a look. Jenna, what do you mean by that? A strange look crosses Jenna's face, breaking out of the stoic detachment she'd been portraying for the last however long it's been. Okay, with the guns, what the fuck? It's confused, but it's also like she wants to say something with her mouth open. Jenna? She seems to be frozen like that for a moment before she seems to finally give up, shaking her head. The chat is going down! I don't know. She glares at Carl. He blanches defensively. What? You keep acting like this is my fault. Help, I come back and they're guns. No more guns. An official decree, no more guns. Maybe it is. This time Raven cuts in before Carl can say anything. Is James stopping John from saying something? I watch Jenna closely, and that's when she finally looks away. I don't know. Jenna, are John and James upset with one another? Jenna shrugs, not looking at me. Carl lets out a sigh of frustration. Jenna, we need to figure this out. Okay, guys! Stop with the guns and the kabooms and the whatever. Jesus. Listen, I don't know much about these guys, but it sounds like James and John are trying to tell us something. Raven looks back and forth between Carl and Jenna. And trying to stop the other one from telling us something. I rub my face with my hands, feeling frustrated, just wishing these two assholes could tell us what it is they want to say. Okay, what the fuck? So they're trying to tell us something about the past, and they both don't want us to know what the other knows? What the fuck's up with that, right? Maybe that's what we're supposed to figure out. I close my eyes. We're stuck in the middle of a possessed ghost fight, with each of them trying to tell us their version of a story? The whole thing seems ridiculous, insane, but I really don't have anything else to go off of. Did you find anything else about him in the crawl space? I try to think back. They both got convicted of sodomy. John was hanged, but James left to start his ice cream business. Oh, why wasn't James hanged too? His influence in the town, probably. Well, I can see how that might cause problems between the two of them. I look over at Carl, who's still looking at Jenna. Jenna's picking at the rope in her lap. Hey, did James tell you anything while you were under his influence? Like, did he say anything? Carl rubs his chin. Not really. It's weird. I just sort of felt different. I said things I wouldn't normally say, but I guess I never heard any voices. Yeah, Dagger's trying to play the game, and the chat's like, whoa! There isn't much more to talk about at this point, unless one of the spirits decides to do something else that can help us along somehow. So what are we supposed to do next, exactly? Raven points at the back of the room. There's a door there. We all look in the direction he's pointing. Sure enough, there's a door there. It's a concrete door, practically cut out of the wall. It's featureless aside from a rusty metal handle. What, was that there before? I think I would have seen it the first time I looked in. Jenna stands up, taking a few steps towards the door. What, we're just gonna go through another door? Carl's laying back down on the floor on his back, staring up at the ceiling again. I can understand where he's coming from. Another door to possibly another nightmare? Go to the safety corner. No blowing people up! Stop it! Yeah. Imagine I'm just sitting here, and then just there's shit going on all around me. That's what it feels like pretty much all the time. But his sudden reluctance is making it easier for me to find the strength to keep going. I reach out, resting a hand on his. Carl, this might be the last one. It might be the way out. Carl snorts. Seriously, dude, you think they're just gonna let us go? We've accomplished nothing. We can't leave here. We can leave you here if you'd prefer. I glare at Jenna, but she's not even looking at me. Instead, staring at the concrete door. Carl, we have to keep moving. If we go through another door, we're at least going somewhere. Yeah, and besides, the bad stuff has only happened to me and Jenna, so you guys probably have nothing to worry about.
Have you forgotten my fucked up leg? I'm screwed.
We can't stay here forever. I gently stroke the back of Carl's furry hand. He laughs again. Maybe we could just keep pulling grilled cheese sandwiches out of the cupboard. Carl props himself up on his elbows. Who knows, maybe I can get some weed out of there. Carl looks back into the hallway, apparently seriously considering that. Come on, man, we're all going in together. I reach out both my hands and to him expectantly, since I can't get up on my own. Carl stares at them contemptuously for a moment, and finally gets to his feet while pulling me up onto his back with a loud grunt. Alright, man, but if this freaky spook ghost dimension goes on for another fucking door, I'm gonna pull a joint from the magic cupboard. Ah, Jesus. Who screwed Decker? I don't know what that means. Of course. Jenna's already standing in front of the door. Man, I don't want to pass out again. We just did that. I look back towards the hallway. You know, maybe we should check the rest. Jenna reaches for to grab the metal handle, and before any of us can say anything more, she yanks it open.
And we're gone again.
God damn it. A trail leads through the desert landscape, and cacti and boulders obscure my view on the other side. The ground is rocky, and dust kicks up with each step I take. As I continue up the path, I can see the 3 peaks of the Casa Demonio.
Oh shit, Leon Lyman.
If you could look at my channel, I mean, I'm kind of busy at the moment, but I guess. By the way, any money you have, don't do the super chat right now, as much as I appreciate it. Donate it to the donation link in the description. Because the super chat doesn't go to that. The super chat goes to me, and I won't get that shit for like many, many months. So I can't circumvent that shit, and YouTube takes a cut, and Google takes a cut. So don't give money to me. Give money to the Extra Life charity donation link in the description. Trying to raise money for KU Med Center. Let me check again just to make sure. I don't believe I got any notifications, so we probably haven't got any donations yet. I'd like us to... Oh, shit. Oh, we got $2. Someone donated. Hey, any amount of... I know our goal is 100, but, you know, Sylvis Fox. Thank you so much, Sylvis Fox. Any amount will go to help sick kids. So it doesn't matter if it's $1, if it's $100, whatever it should be. I know our goal is 100, but any amount. So if you can donate any amount of money, anything at all, to Extra Life, that's what we're here to do. But since we did get a super chat donation, it's time to do the thing. Got stuff in my mouth. All right, we're back to this camera. Time to do another box. A duck in a box. Tell your worst addiction. My worst addiction. Probably my worst addiction. What is my worst addiction? Probably food. Like I keep telling myself I need to lose weight, which I do. You're gonna rob a bank for this. I mean, I appreciate your motivations, but I don't know. I need to lose weight. Not for pretty much any health reason. Like, my blood pressure is fine. And all my health problems don't really have anything to do with my weight. Except for, like, the joints and pains and whatnot. But, for the most part, I only need to lose weight because, I need to be healthier with my food choices and whatnot. and I cut down my portions. I try to eat a little bit better, and then as soon as the option to eat something unhealthy comes up, I eat. I'm like, oh, I can do this now, and it's like, probably like foods that I'm used to eating and stuff like that. It's just that's probably my worst addiction. It's either that or cutting confetti, and that really only fucks up my thumb a little bit, and that's fine. So my worst addiction is probably food that's bad for me and large portions of food. Because I don't eat often, but sometimes when I'm given the option to eat a lot, I don't hold back, which is not good. I grew up without a lot of food around. I grew up very poor. So I'm like, when I eat, I'm like in survival mode. So I'm like, I gotta eat, I gotta make sure. And it's not good. So that's probably, yeah, exercise is needed too. That I know that. And I want to get out and do that more. It's just finding the time. I mean, I work 30 hours a week, and then by the time I get off work, I'm exhausted from my mental problems, and I can't do it before work because then I'll go into work exhausted, and then I'll have problems at work. So on my days off, I'm always fucked. It sounds like I'm making excuses, but those are the real answers as to why I don't do it. I want to do it more, but yeah. Anyway, in terms of my worst addiction, that's it. So let's get back to the fucking game.
It's okay. I'm a fat ass too. I mean, look at this. Whoop!
As I continue up the path, I can see the mountains. Yeah, I'm making an effort. I'm trying. I'm heading toward the town of Echo, just over those mountains. Oh, Atkins. Cheat days are okay. I mean, yeah, I don't eat a lot or badly often. It's just... I also have a thyroid problem. I have my thyroid problem. My prolactin's all fucked. Because I was taking risperidone and for my bipolar disorder. And Nexus Negro was trying to go to sleep. All right, you sleep well. But risperidone has a tendency to raise prolactin levels, which, if you don't know what prolactin is, basically in women, prolactin is what helps develop breast tissue so that they can nurse. And in men, it just makes your boobs big and can fuck up your thyroid. So while I can eat less. Like in the morning, I eat like a bowl of oatmeal, and then at night, on most days, I have like 2 packets of ramen, and that's usually all I eat in a day. Despite every once in a while I fuck up, but I still am 434 pounds. Like that. I'm also I'm 6'3", and I have a lot of muscle mass, just naturally. I could fucking be a bodybuilder if I wanted to. Not even that. Like, I want to be healthy. I want to be thinner. But if I got my body chemistry all right, I would lose a fuck ton of weight, like, immediately. So I don't drink soda. I don't regularly eat candy and shit. It's just... It's not good. It's not fucking good. That's all I'm trying to say. You live next to a Planet Fitness. Man, that'd be convenient. I'm heading towards the town of Echo, just over those mountains. As I get closer, I notice that the trail branches off towards the side of the mountain. I follow the trail with my eyes into the hazy distance, almost disappearing into the heat waves. Still, I can make out a small dark hole in the mine. You're only 5'10"? Yeah, I mean, average height is not... I'm really tall compared to the average height. And I just have, like, big body structure. Like, not a lot of my... I don't want to show my arms, like, my up here arms on camera because of It's gross. But, like, a lot of this is muscle, which is fucking weird. Avoid eating anything solid past 6 a.m. I wake up at 3 p.m. What? What am I supposed to do? Try to, like, I don't know what to do. Just turn on lights around you and keep your headphones off, Harry. I don't know how to help. Yeah. I mean, being 5'10" is not being short. Being 5'10" is being average. I'm a fucking giant. I'm like an ogre. Just, and I'm scarily strong, too. My brother is even scarier strong. Like, my brother once, he got challenged by, like, a guy training to be in the Marines to do, like, a 1-inch punch on his pec when he flexed, but my brother missed, got him in the sternum here, cracked his sternum, sent him to the hospital. What a 1-inch punch. My brother is so strong. And he doesn't work out either. It's really admirable. Like, watching him arm wrestle, it's like watching fucking David Copperfield. You're 5'5" now, but you were 5'2" until you were 30. I guess you just hit a very, very late growth spurt, I guess. Anyway, back to the game. Some things should just be left alone. Dust swirls silently at the mouth of the mine, almost sparkling in the bright moonlight. Every single person here. Something seems to pulse out of the entrance, sending an almost invisible wave through the air. You will never escape. You all will always come back. Red seeps from the hole, running up the side of the mountain in a wave, turning rock and dust the color of blood. You'll always be running in circles. I start jogging up the trail, panting in the desert heat, not sure what I'm doing. Ugh. The sky in front of me lights up that same ominous red color in the direction of Echo. Wow, that's a lot of weight loss, man. That's cool. Good job, Sam Fisher. Somehow I'm able to scale the side of the mountain in just seconds. I get to the peak and look over the edge. I see the town, but it's not the town I remember, at least not all of it. Lake Emma is in the distance to the left. The motel and the supermarket are to the right. But the ruins by the lake aren't just old foundation remnants anymore. They're fully standing now, with their log walls and roofs. Several dozen more houses run up the side of the lake, standing in stark contrast to the more modern buildings further away toward the main street. There are even a few buildings that I don't recognize. And there, just below me, is Carl's house. But it's different. The mansion is bigger, the walls are a lighter color, it looks older. Ah, metric. I wish I grew up learning metric. God damn. Somehow I'm already there. Like I just teleported straight down the to stand on the road in front of Carl's house. I stare down the slope towards the town, and there, next to the road, is a wooden platform built under a tree. There's a rope hanging from the tree. Yeah, noose. I look back down at the town, at all the different buildings. But no matter which structure I'm looking at, one thing's the same. They're all lit up blood red. I watch as what looks like spinning blades come slowly into focus above me. Huh? This is a new house. I tense up, but only for a moment as I realize what it is. A ceiling fan. Wait, a ceiling fan? Isn't that... I sit up quickly, only to immediately swoon as the room starts to spin around me. I grip onto whatever I'm sitting on. It happens to be soft and smooth. I look down and see that I'm on top of a blue comforter. To my left, Jenna, Raven, and Carl are stretched out next to me on a king-size bed. To my right, sunshine streams in from sliding glass doors, outside of which is a massive deck. Past the porch are the mountains and desert of Echo. We're back. My God, we're back! Guys! I shake Carl next to me. He immediately swings a hand to slap at me, but I persist until he is forced to sit up, rubbing his sleep from his eyes. Jenna and Raven stir next to him.
What is it? What happened?
Guys, we're back! We're in your house, Carl! Carl finally snaps his eyes open at that. Raven sits up next to Carl, and I see him sway with the same dizziness that I had had earlier.
Where are we? My parents' room.
Carl's voice is hushed, quiet, as if he's afraid to speak too loudly. This'll all disappear. Relief like I've never known before flows through my body. Whether or not it was a dream or a hallucination, we were drugged somehow. It doesn't matter. What matters now is that we're home. What the fuck? Well, an echo at least. I look over at Jenna, hoping to see her back to her old familiar self, but I find her staring around suspiciously, that dark look still in her eyes. Maybe that would take a little while longer to wear off. I slowly push myself off the bed, the height of it making it more difficult for my feet to reach the ground. I touch down with my good foot, and I'm a bit surprised when my toes come to contact with the cold hardwood floor. I thought this room had a carpet the last time I was in here. I look back at Carl, and I see a confused look on his face, the fur on his brow crinkling up in the bright sunshine.
Something's a little off, man.
What?
Something's wrong.
I feel the beginnings of that sinking sensation in my chest again. Why?
My parents' room isn't this big.
I look around. I guess it looks a bit bigger than usual. The balcony seems to be the right size, though.
And the floor?
He points at my feet.
Where's the carpet?
Carl confirms my suspicions. The dread continues to flow in my stomach.
Maybe they took the carpet out while we were gone?
Oh, you optimist. No one responds to that ridiculous idea. Jenna looks at the wall behind the bed and reaches out to touch it tentatively. Carl lets out a loud, almost maniacal laugh.
It's like I'm in a weird dream of my house or something.
The fuck? Carl pushes himself off the bed, his hooves clopping loudly, unnervingly against the hardwood floor that shouldn't exist. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
I can see the same emotions I feel in my chest playing out in Carl's eyes right now. He reaches out to give me some support.
Well, maybe there are other people here?
Even Raven's cheerful tone is forced and strained. I guess I was expecting that we'd end up in another dream world or whatever. But the fact that I had thought for just a moment that we were back in the real world made all this the more soul-crushing. It feels like those fucking ghosts are toying with us at this point. I take a deep breath, willing myself not to lose it. Not yet, at least.
Chase, I'm gonna move to the deck.
I get a better grip on Carl's side as he starts to move towards the glass doors, his hooves clopping while I hop along. He stares out, slowly reaching up with a hand to tug out the handle. To my surprise, it opens. I guess I thought there would be the same as the last place we were in, that we'd be locked in or something. I follow Carl as he steps out onto the balcony, taking slow, careful steps if he was afraid the deck may give out. It's the same deck. The air is hot and heavy, almost humid. That isn't normal at all in Echo. Sure, it would get really hot, but it's a desert. Humidity is near non-existent. We reach the railing and stare out at the town below the foothills that Carl's mansion sits on. I'd taken a soft breath. Just like in the dream I had, the ruins of Echo aren't ruins anymore. Dozens of old-fashioned wooden buildings dot the edge of the lake. A little ways away, I see the familiar buildings of the motel and supermarket along with the small neighborhood of my childhood. And along Main Street, I see a few buildings that I don't recognize. You're in the past. You're in the past, but you're an echo. You're in the past. You're in the... Oh, God. Not quite as old-fashioned as the buildings along the lake, but still pretty old-looking.
The hell?
Carl almost whines out the words as I see him grip tightly into the railing. I move closer to his side, putting an arm on his shoulder, around his shoulders. Come on, man. We're gonna figure this out. This is just... I struggle to figure out what this just is, but I come up short. Listen, I saw this in a dream, and I think they were trying to tell me something.
What dream?
A dream I had before I woke up. I have them almost every time we pass out. Why are you the only one having these dreams? I jump as Jenna speaks right behind me. I turn around, finding her eyeing me suspiciously. I don't know. None of you had dreams?
I did.
Raven pops his head from around the glass door, still with that bizarrely resilient grin on his face.
But it was about that black shadow creature thing chasing me through the kitchen. So I guess it's not really useful. What did you see in your dream, Chase?
Well, I whip my hand around the alternate reality town. But then the mine, too. Like red stuff spread out over the town. Then I saw a noose. I instinctively look over the edge of the balcony, down toward where I remember seeing the tree. Carl looks too.
What is it?
Well, I saw a tree with a noose on it. Carl looks slowly back up at me.
Down there?
I think so. Look of utter defeat? Question mark? And Carl's face has me hesitating to confirm it.
What the fuck?
Take a deep breath, trying to put what I feel into words. That dream, the way it zeroed in on the tree, it felt meaningful. I think we need to go to it.
Jesus, why?
Carl buries his face in his hands as he leans against the railing, shaking his head slowly from side to side. I don't know, but I don't know where else to start. This place is massive.
So what, they put another letter there for us to find for some reason?
Maybe.
Guys?
Carl keeps his head in his hands as I turn around. Raven is still standing by the glass door, but he's looking back into the room.
Jenna left.
What? Sure enough, Jenna is nowhere to be seen. Where'd she go? Raven shrugs.
Downstairs, I guess.
Is she going to the tree? I start to move back into the house, then remember my destroyed ankle. I look back to see Carl is still slumped against the railing. Carl? He doesn't look up. Carl, we need to keep moving. Finally, the ram pulls his head out of his arms and turns to help me. He gets me into our familiar position with me clinging to his neck while I hop along. I'm relieved he's actually moving, but I don't like the dull look in his eyes one bit. Hey, look at this surprisingly modern living room with the TV and everything. Raven, Carl, and I head down the hall towards the stairs. Carl's right. It's like a dream of Carl's house. Carl mentions that there are a few extra doors, all of which lead into bare hardwood floor rooms. The ground level of the house, though, looks mostly normal. As we make our way through Carl's sort of home, I realize something. You guys hear the trains when we were on the deck?
Maybe. Why?
I thought I did. Just kind of weird. Like, what are trains doing in a world that isn't really real?
Maybe it is real.
Maybe. I'm not convinced. As we pass through the living room, I can see that it's set up like it always is, and the kitchen looks to be in order as well. As we step outside, I notice the mansion looks the same for the most part, not the massive old look that I had in my dream. I hop along down the curving driveway from Carl's house like I remember in my dream. How Jenna would be able to find the tree on her is beyond me. I imagine that on her own. Yeah, I didn't know they had TVs in the 1800s. The only indication I'd given her as to where it was to glance over the railing of the deck.
Man, it's so fucking close to being real, this place.
Yeah. I don't have much to add, but he's right. It feels so close to being home, but none of it is home. I slow my pace as I turn right at the end of Carl's driveway, practically tugging the ram along. We move the short distance down the road, then move to the edge of the left side of the road. I look down over the side, over the rocky sagebrush-covered slope. And there's Jenna. Somehow she immediately found it on her own. That old and rickety wooden platform sits underneath a tree. Under the tree. This tree and platform definitely aren't in the real Echo. There were a few scant mentions of a hanging tree in my research. If it was still standing, I'd have gone to get some film for my project. That project seems like something I was working on years ago at this point. Yeah, that's the joke, or a Dragonite, is that they didn't have TVs until the 1900s. Carefully start to climb down the slope, clinging to Carl. I'm about to call out to Jenna when I stop cold. As we moved to the side, the thick trunk of the tree shifted in my field of view and revealed the noose. Unlike my dream, the noose isn't empty. Hanging from the noose is a body. Oh, fuck! From where I'm standing, I can't see exactly what it is. Its back is to us. All I can make out is a head, hand, and feet, and some old-fashioned clothes, overalls, and a cotton shirt of some kind. The clothes look worn and old, like they've been sitting out in the elements for years. I stop moving, instead staring at the body. Carl freezes too, and I can feel his ragged breathing in my ear. Jesus. Carl gasps. I stare for what feels like an entire minute before I find my voice. Jenna? She's also facing the body, so I can't see her face, but she holds up a hand towards me to quiet me before slowly pacing around the platform. Looks like she's moving towards the front, so I steel myself and slowly follow her. I don't want to look at the body as I move, but I can't tear my eyes away. It's old, very old. The fur is mostly gone, the skin underneath black and leathery. The face is drooping and sunken, the eyelids closed. It's been out in the sun for a very long time. I don't know much about corpses, so I don't know how long. I just know it's been a very long time. For what I can tell, it's a canine of some kind. A fox? John? For some reason, I look towards Jenna to see if she'll let us know who it is. She doesn't, instead just staring at the body. Carl tightens his grip around my shoulders. I'm not sure if it's for support against the uneven ground or the horror in front of us. Raven has chosen not to follow. Instead, he stands back behind the platform, looking away from the body. I swallow hard, trying to keep my nerves under control, trying to look at the situation like it's a simple task. Do you guys see anything? A note or something? I try to search the platform and avoid looking up at the body. There's something in its mouth. Oh God, why the mouth? Carl points up at the corpse with a shaking finger. He's right. There's a flash of white in the mouth of the corpse, just barely sticking out from what look like gnarled teeth. A piece of paper, maybe? I'm surprised at how successful I am at keeping my voice calm. I sort of feel numb to all of this now. But I think we're both realized at the same time what this means. We're gonna have to actually get that piece of paper. Fuck, man, why do we have to do this? Why don't they just tell us what they want us to know? I cling to Carl as much as he's clinging to me, trying to keep him calm. Listen, I'll get it. It's just a body. No, it's not. Nothing's just as it is in this fucked up place. Jenna suddenly turns on the two of us, causing us both to flinch back from her. Chase, you need to get it. What? Wait, why? You can't even fucking walk. I can crawl. He had the dream. They want him to be the one to get it. He volunteered anyway. That doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense. Why the hell don't you get it? Carl has adjusted himself so that he's standing halfway in front of me protectively. Because that's what they want. That's bullshit. If you know something, Jenna, then why don't you fucking tell us? Carl's snarling at Jenna now, which is all the more impressive because the Rams can't snarl. We can't be doing this right now. Here we are in this fucked up dimension in front of a mummified corpse arguing. Put my hand against Carl's chest. Listen, I'll get it. This is what they want, and this will help us move forward. I try not to think about actually going up to the wooden steps to stand in front of the corpse, but I really have no other options right now. Carl doesn't loosen his hold on me. Fuck no, Jenna. You get it since you seem to know what the fuck is going on. Carl squeezes me tighter against his chest as he leans in to glare at Jenna. Jenna glares right back, and I can see her lips trembling as she appears to be holding back her own snarl. Stop it, Carl. Let go. I'm going to get the paper. No, Chase. Carl, nothing bad has happened when it comes to getting these stupid pieces of paper. I'll be fine. Carl looks down at me, his face etched with the stubborn resoluteness. It's at least a nice change from the almost dead look that I'd seen earlier. He stares at me hard for a good long while, to the point where I almost blush until finally... Fine, but I'm coming up with you. I don't think... Shut up, Jenna! Each word seems to have to work hard to get itself out of Carl's muzzle. It's okay. Let's go. I let Carl hold my hand as we both move towards the platform over uneven ground. I notice Raven standing off to the side, still facing away from us. I'd have to check on him later. The wood creaks softly under our feet as we make our way up to the steps. I focus on my hoping foot? It's a foot full of hope. Not wanting to look at the body. Once we reach the top, though, I realize that I'm going to have to. Leaning heavily against Carl for support, I look up. The corpse's eyes are open now! No! Two yellow piercing eyes that are sunk deep in the skull stare back at me. Oh my god! Don't show a picture of this shit. To be continued! Okay. What an ending point! Let's save. See what it says beyond to be continued. It just goes back. So thank God I fucking saved just then, or else I would have lost all that progress. Oh no! Oh my god, that's terrifying! Oh, I didn't forget to save. I did not forget to save. I saved. Look, it's right there. It's right there. Oh shit, that closed the whole game. I didn't mean to do that. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is fucked. Holy shit, that's fucked up. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus. You want me to explain the whole shit?
I mean, I guess not with that attitude.
The short version is we're walking up to a corpse that's hanging from a noose to get a note out of its mouth, and the eyes were closed when we were walking up to it. Now that we get up to it, its eyes are open and looking at us.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, that's all kinds of nope.
If I walked up to any corpse and it was just like, I'd be like, no, I'm out! I'm fucking out!
Shoot it! I don't give a shit!
Right? Burn the place down!
Oh. Okay. Okay. Calm down, it's just a game. Fuck you! It's just a game. Oh my god. It's a visual novel. Have you never been reading a book and gotten into it? Like, it's fucking scary, dude. Shit. Alright, so now that that's over, I'm ready if you wanna call. We're gonna do the Q&A real quick, and then we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back with another game. Probably what? Oh, here we go. Hello. Hello. Yeah, it's working.
Hello.
Hello.
Yay.
This is Shark YT, everybody.
Yep. I just had a few computer problems, but I think it's fixed now.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm glad to talk to you now. I mean, you've done so much work for the Discord group and helping me get IDEKA and all that stuff. So it's nice to finally talk to you, man.
I'll get the questions and answers up.
Awesome. Well, you'll get the questions. I got the answers.
Yeah. Alright, Marcus said, Hey Decalink, what's your favorite furry virtual novel so far?
My favorite furry visual novel so far. I accidentally answered this in the chat before.
Yeah, I got rid of it before anyone else read it.
That's good, because I didn't know. Oh, bye, Miha. Have a good night. I didn't know the plan, so I fucked up. But my favorite furry visual novel so far is probably a three-way tie between Repeat, Echo, and Extracurricular Activities. Because Echo is just so goddamn interesting. It's fucking with my head. I keep thinking about it. I want to know more. Repeat is also similarly very intriguing, but it's charming as shit, and I really look forward to seeing what's going on with that. And then Extracurricular Activities is just written so well, and every issue is treated with care and properly, and I just really like all of those. Next question.
Oh, Leo Offenwing, I think that's how you spell it, says, what is your least favorite color layout or even hated color layout?
See, I'm not sure what this one means. What do you think color layout, what do you think that means?
Probably like Discord layout, maybe?
Maybe. I like the standard purple. I'm not sure what this one means.
I can see that as well.
I don't really have a color that I hate, so my least favorite color is probably like neon yellow, just because it's so bright it hurts my face. But
next question.
Yeah, next question.
Alright, Red with a double D says, why do you hate Whelp and Polly?
Why do I hate Whelp and Prawley? Okay, the Whelp, first of all, Red is like the meme master in the Discord group. The meme page is like covered in their stuff, and I really appreciate it. It's like my favorite thread on the Discord group. But Whelp, I started to hate so much because not banana yellow, like neon fucking yellow. But I started to hate Whelp because in Repeat it happened so often. They kept saying it, and it got to the point where it was just annoying as shit. It kept being used to like cut an emotion off. It'd be like, oh man, I'm not sure if I'm handling the situation right. Welp, I guess we'll just move on from that. Oh god, I just hated it so much. And then when it kept happening in other visual novels, I noticed after it happened in there, it started popping up everywhere, and I was just like, oh my god, I hate this very. And in Prawley, it's just annoying because it's not a word. It's not like as much whelp isn't a word. Prawley is so close to being a word, but it's just not. And it's just obnoxious. It's just so obnoxious.
It's like, I don't like you. I'm just gonna walk away and just do my own business.
Yeah, right. It's oh jeez. Oh man.
Alright, Wolfie says, how do you like Owen now?
Owen now, especially after the rewrite, I really like him. Like he's Darius. He's the rich, overly flirty one. But Darius has his endearing moments kind of in the background, but Owen, especially with this unique situation he's being put in, he's opening up a lot more, and you're seeing a lot. You're seeing past his defensiveness, which he protects himself by using like sex and whatnot, and he keeps himself buried inside from that, which I imagine Darius is doing as well. But now that he's opened up more and he's you're learning so much about his past, it's just getting to the point where it's almost impossible to hate him. Really, I think I really like him now.
Oh,
Some shit just happened.
I just kicked a cup.
Fuck that cup.
Oh, I just hit my toe.
Oh no.
Alright,
Man down.
Man down! No! Alright, Leo Offenwing says, have you heard of Netric D-String?
Heard of what?
That's how you say it.
Let me take a look.
It's just hard to say. I'm not really...
Have you heard of Nekojishi? That, I believe, is a Chinese visual novel that has the first chapter translated, but not all of it. It got recommended to me in a comment here recently, and I put it on the request list. So at some point, it will be explored in some regard. I have heard of it, but not very much. I don't know shit about it other than that comment.
The next thing is just going to be all written in Chinese. I'm like, what the heck am I reading?
Right.
Ray with a double D says, heard of Doik and Doik Literacy Club?
What? Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah.
I've heard people...
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. I've heard it mentioned a couple times, but I don't know diddly dick about it. I think someone... Nekojishi is from Taiwan. Someone said it was Chinese. I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't know shit about it. But Doki Doki Literature Club, I don't know anything about it. I think McCry1 mentioned it to me at one point, but completely clueless on that one.
I'm thinking next question now.
Yeah.
Terry Coker says, what do you think of extracurricular activities, bracket, Mr. Gripper, bracket, Spencer, Derek Link, this chocolate kitty, hello, Bree from me. It's like, bracket, Mr. Gripper, bracket, then bracket,
yeah.
Bracket.
I'm looking at it just to make sure. What do I think of extracurricular activities? I think, and they also mean like specifically what do I think of Mr. Grifter and Spencer. Overall, I think extracurricular activities is great. I think it's a novel that I actually watched the first few episodes of that series again, and holy shit, I was so rude to the game. I was just ripping it a new one every chance I got, and oh my god, I even put out a tweet here recently where I was like, I am so surprised that Dinewolf doesn't fucking hate me after those first few episodes. I was like, oh my god, I was a dick. But I love the game now. I think the way it handles the storylines, especially Coach Grifter. Coach Grifter's storyline was handled with such care. And they're not treating mental illness like it's the spooky, scary thing. Like it's just, they're treating it realistically, but with care. And I think that's... I like puns. Don't get me wrong, Harry. But when it comes to extracurricular activities with Mr. Grifter, I think his route is handled so well, and as a character, he's such a sweetheart. And he's the best bear husbando. I just think that's the best way to put it. And Spencer, I think, is a very endearing character that I don't think I could personally deal with. Like in my personal life, I've had a friend like him before, in a way, where it was just always had everything planned and always had to do everything their exact way and blah, 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 and they were very overbearing. And I can't fucking deal with that shit. I don't I don't handle that kind of shit well. But yeah, I like the game. Next question.
And during that you said Mr. Grifter. I'm like, dirt. I'm like, what?
Yeah, in the chat it says like in the question it says Mr. Griffin. It's Grifter.
Oh yeah. And I also forgot all dank means is one of our latest new staff as well.
What?
Oh, all dank means is one of our latest staff members.
Yeah.
And he just joined today.
Oh well, cool. That's cool.
Alright, and the next question is Wolf of Legend said, out of all impression you've done, what is your favorite?
Now they specifically said impressions, not just voices, because like out of all the voices I do, like they're like the Darius voice is probably my favorite one to do, but that's not an impression.
I'm just thinking it's like both.
Okay, so my favorite character voice is the Darius voice. Because this it's just so fun. It's so fun to do, and you just sneak it in. We're like, is that what you think? You know, it's just such fun to throw in. And then probably my favorite impression, Bree's favorite impression is like Julia Child and Christopher Walken. I think my Christopher Walken is overrated, personally, and my Macho Man I think is also overrated. So probably my favorite impression that I do is the Julia Child, which I used for Madame Esperanza and Mrs. Corliss as a Julia Child impression. Oh, Julia Child presents the Chicken Sisters. Oh, you better get to class or I'll chop your balls off. You know, that kind of thing. It's that's my favorite impression. Probably would be the Julia Child.
I like laughed silently when you like doing that lady accent.
There's also
keep going.
I was just gonna say like my impression of Fatigue from what the fuck is that Bedfellows. My impression of Fatigue from Bedfellows is I also very much like that, but my favorite is probably Miss Julia Child. Next question.
I'm guessing next question.
Yeah, sorry, I need to say that.
I'm like, what's happening now? Alright, Kraz said, what if haters dabbed back?
What if haters dab back?
If haters dabbed back?
Then you just dab harder again, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'm not Jake Paul. I don't fucking know.
It's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. And to just have that meme just play silently in the background.
Oh, Jesus.
Perka096 says, is emoji furry face ever used in before in a conversation, Decker?
I don't believe I've ever used the OWO face before. I've had people.
I know Meeseeks does.
Yeah, Meeseeks fucking does it. But
yeah, well, we had a problem once.
Yeah.
Just once. Apparently Meeseeks was like doing like a timer thing. Kept on saying out stuff, and we like couldn't type anything.
Oh.
So I had to go into its software and turn off timer.
Huh.
Which is weird. But anyway, keep going.
I'm glad you got it fixed. I've had people use OWO on me before, but I personally have never. Even in the YouTube chat right now, Kyle Keep This Secret Thank You says OWO, and then Aura Dragon Knight, OWO. So, yeah, I don't use it, but I'm not like avoiding it or anything. Next question.
Dreamosaur says, what does milk make you feel?
What does milking make you feel? The word milk...
I didn't see ing there.
The word milking makes me feel like I am about to throw up. Oh my god, I fucking hate that word. It's just, oh god. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. No, it makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. Next question. Next question, please.
Red with the double D says, why was this channel created?
Why was this channel created? Well, I started making videos in 2003, and I would put them on like MySpace and Facebook, and I just needed a place to put them. And so I tried a couple of different channels before I made this one, but I just made this channel in 2007 because I liked the name and I needed a place to put my shitty videos. Next question.
Old Dank Meme says, squeeze! Have you heard of Steven Universe? If so, are you excited about it coming back on November the 10th?
Absolutely. Steven Universe is maybe my favorite animated series. I really fucking like Steven Universe. It's so good. Oh, Jesus. I need to catch up. Like, I think I've missed a few episodes, but I'm always excited for that show. I've missed a lot. Yeah. But I always no. Someone asked in the YouTube chat, can we see the 2003 videos? Hell no. And those are long gone. But yeah, Steven Universe, fucking love it. Super excited to see it coming back. I hope the show gets like 19,000 seasons. It's super great. Next question.
And this one was just posted. It says, can you play this game, Decalink and Shark YT? And it says Ocean Blues.
Ocean Blues. Let me see if that's on the request list.
It has a photo as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It just looks kind of boring. Ocean Blues. It's not on the request list, so I'll add it. Ocean Blues. Boom. Added to the request list.
Then that's it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask the people in the chat for Q&A question.
Cool.
Well, people on Discord try to sort out their thing.
Cool. This is the Discord group, the link for which is in the description. And
while we are waiting, I'll give Decalink my channel so then he can actually shout it out.
Okay.
So then, somewhere.
I'll do it right here.
I don't have to go searching through the messages for my profile.
Yeah.
Just imagine someone just trying to find it. Like, where is it? Where is it? Alright. I'll get this sorted.
Alright, so, oh yeah. What about Paws of Steel? Yeah, Paws of Steel is on the request list.
I haven't actually never heard about that game.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I just know that it's been requested before, so it's on the list.
Yeah, I'll get this chat to pop out because my tab is lagging so much. I'm like, stupid India. Alright. Come on, YouTube. No, not there.
Let's check to see on the Extra Life page, see if anyone's donated. We already got $2 raised.
I haven't seen any so far.
Got $2 raised earlier. Oh. What the fuck?
What happened?
The donation page was freaking out a little bit on me, but it's okay. Alright, alright, so I haven't gotten any new donations on the charity page. The charity link is in the descriptions. Extra Life, it is a charity to raise money for children's hospitals, and my chosen hospital is KU Med Center. It's my local place.
Sorry, my computer just had a few problems. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Oh, you take your time, man.
Yeah, it looks like I'm fine now.
Oh, that's good.
It like, you started saying stuff and you like faded out. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah.
Then when I went on to Discord, it's like, da-dum. It's like, Discord isn't making up their fucking mind.
Leo of the Wing has a character in both Paws of Steel and Ocean Blues, apparently. That's cool. That is cool, man.
Alright, I have my channel copied, and I'll give it to you.
Got a question in the YouTube chat from Harry O'Grady. Did you think to read the puns instead of making them sound like gobbledygook? Man, I read them. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, it's sent.
You send it? Let's take a look here.
Oh, what happened? Oh. I'm like looking at the questions and answers in Discord, and Kerry Coker sent a photo. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Oh, Jesus.
And what? There is a few just sent right now. On Discord, Leo Austinwing said, "What about a pause and steal?"
Yeah, I already answered that.
Oh, did you? Did you answer the other three?
I have not.
Oh, all that is Dank says. Would you play the sort of stories of on Steam, even if there was no pictures, be just the story?
Sure, I imagine. I kind of like doing visual novels more, but we could probably do some more. I have a few short games planned for the stream, so that should be fine.
Yeah, well, I think one of them is mine, what I suggested.
Yeah.
And Red with a double D said, can you play Doik and Doik Literacy Club?
If more people recommend Doki Doki Literature Club, I probably will give it a check out.
I'll probably put it on a poll after the stream.
Cool.
And Leo Oftenwing said, Poise and Ocean Blues are the same group you think, and have the least one character that is in both games.
Oh, there is one character in both games. Oh, that's cool.
And Cherry Croker said, this is Ocean Blues' character, and it has a picture in it.
Cool, I'm looking at it.
I'm not sure other people can.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. Would you buy the?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. Would you buy the Dine Wolf merch? I absolutely would. I would love to buy the Dine Wolf merch. I just don't have any fucking money.
And Oftenwing said, I don't have these characters in the game, any game. Then think, though I mean that I know that there is a character in both games.
Is this the only stream for Extra Life for you guys? There are a lot of people who are going to be streaming today for Extra Life. There's a lot of people who have chosen their own hospitals to raise money for. I'm not the only person doing game day. So there's plenty of people who are going to be doing it today. This is the day where a lot of people are doing it. But yeah, so if you want to donate to our link, it's in the description. Yeah. So since the questions seem to be done for pretty much now, let's let some more build up, and I'll come back to them later on in the night. How about that?
Yeah, let's do probably a short game, so then we'll have a little bit time after. We'll just answer a few.
All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to turn off the stream real quick, I'm gonna go take a break. Like relax.
If you have like OBS, you can like just like put it in like be right back.
Well, yeah. Well, the reason I gotta stop the stream completely is because this segment is going to be put in the playlist for Echo as like episode 8 or episode 9.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to take a quick break from the stream, use the bathroom, do whatever I got to do, and then I will come back. The break won't be long; it'll just be a few minutes.
Then hopefully you'll have my channel in the description as well.
Of the stream?
Yeah, of the stream. So then they actually know where to find me.
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be back playing probably a short game. Maybe a short game. It's either going to be the 2015 IDEKA Halloween special, or it's going to be...
If you do that, you'll actually get backstory in the other one.
Yeah. So it's either going to be the 2015 IDEKA Halloween special, or we might skip ahead to do extracurricular activities. So Night in the Woods, I'd play that. Just as a matter of getting through the shit I'm already playing. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this the stream real quick, take a little bit of a break, and then I will be back with either IDEKA 2015 or with extracurricular activities. Yeah. So yeah, the 2015 one is free. The 2016 one is not, but thanks to Shark YT. Shark. Thanks to Shark, I was able to get the 2016 one. So when we get back, it'll be one of those two. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the trained on professional, speaking for the voices in my head when I say until next time. And I speak for Shark as well.
Yeah.
Fare thee well.
I'll be still here in the Discord.
Well, when we do the questions.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be on the text in the Discord server, but you won't be on the voice. Yeah, okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.